Hi guys, good evening. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Yeah, good evening everyone. Thanks for confirming that you are able to see my screen. Today, we are going to go with a new topic. Till yesterday, we completed HTML and all those basic concepts and some prerequisites we have covered. So if anyone is new to this batch, just wait until the session is completed. I will talk to you guys, okay, at the end of the session. So fine, anyhow, we are in the beginning stages only. All the basic stuff I am covering. So today I'll cover the locators, okay? A separate independent topic. No need to worry about anything. So in the previous sessions, I covered some HTML, CSS related basic knowledge, right? Not at a high depth level, but at a high level, whatever that is required for understanding locators. Now you can see the fruits, okay? You already planted the seeds by learning HTML and CSS. Now you're going to get the fruits here. Whatever the learnings you have done in HTML and CSS, they are going to help you in case of locator basics. Okay. So to get started, guys, you don't have to go in depth with locators. I'm only covering basics. Guys, tell me, guys, I'm covering locators in depth or in basic level. In this session, I'm going to cover locators at depth or at basic level. Just type in the chat box, basic or depth. The title itself says that it's not depth, it's basics only. Basics are enough, guys. To get started with Selenium automation, you don't have to do complete R&D and locators. At particular point of time, I'll take the locators for you in depth. Okay. Till then, we are going to use locators at a high level only. Don't worry, I'll make the things very easy for you. So in locator basics, at a basic level only, we have to learn. No need to go in depth. It's very easy because you already have some knowledge of HTML and CSS that I've covered in the previous sessions. With that knowledge, we can easily complete this session today. Okay, fine. First of all, understand what exactly are locators. As you can see the diagram here, locators are going to help Selenium in finding the UI elements on the web pages. Okay, let's say if you want to automate an application. Okay, you want to automate an application. So in order to automate this application, Selenium has to interact with different elements, yes or no? For example, if you want to automate this, you want to type some HP text into the search box field and click on the search button and verify that the product has come or not. So guys, can Selenium directly identify these elements? Does Selenium has the capability to directly identify where the search box field is on their web page or the search button is there on the web page? Yes or no, guys? No is the answer. Correct. No is the correct answer. Selenium doesn't have the capability, guys. Selenium doesn't have the default capability of identifying the elements on the web pages. And we can simply say, also say simply that, Selenium is by default blind. Selenium is by default blind, you can say. Okay. What in case of blind? It cannot see the elements. Okay. Selenium is by default blind. It cannot directly see the elements like the human beings who are sitting before the computer with their eyes, like I am sitting before the computer machine. With my eyes, I can see some elements on the web pages, but Selenium cannot see that directly. Directly, Selenium cannot see that. We can see that with our eyes, okay? While testing this, for example, if I am testing the search functionality, what I'll do, because I can see with my eyes, I can see that there is a text box field. I'll move my mouse with my hand and, with the help of my hands and all, I'll just use my keyboard to type something and click on search button. And when I type for HP, I'm getting a proper product in the search results or not. I can simply verify. You see, this is how I can manually verify whether a search functionality is properly working or not. But the problem with Selenium is Selenium doesn't have any eyes. Like we have some eyes using which we can see the world and you can see the elements on the web pages, etc. Selenium doesn't have anything. It's a black color stuff. You can say it's blind, guys. Okay. So who will help Selenium in finding the elements on the web pages then? Who will help Selenium in finding the UI elements on the web pages? Tell me your answer in the chat box. Yes, you can clearly see the answer here. Locators. Locators help Selenium in finding the UI elements on the web pages. With the help of locators only, Selenium can see these elements on the web pages. By default, Selenium is blind. Okay. Locators will help Selenium. It's like you have one of your friend, let's say. Okay, there is a friend. You stay in one area of the end area of some city and your friend stays at other side of the city, and it's very long distance, let's assume. Now, suddenly, if you ask your friend to come to your home without you sharing the address, can your friend come to your home? Is it possible? If that is the first time the friend has to come to your home and he or she doesn't have any address or any information to reach your home, it just was talking to you over the call and it doesn't know anything about you, where you stay and all. Is it possible for your friend to come to your home? No, right? What you will do over the WhatsApp, you will share the current location where you are available in that particular city. Now, friend will use that Google Map address or whatever the WhatsApp in whatever the address you shared, right? Okay, you'll open that map and by following the instructions given by the map and with the details of the address, the friend will reach your house. Okay, that's what happens. But friend doesn't know that how to come to your house without that instruction. Similarly, Selenium, to find the elements on the web pages, it has to take the help of locators. Okay, with the help of locators only, Selenium will find the elements on the web pages. That you have to simply understand now. Okay. So before I explain different type of locators, I'll show you how locators will help Selenium in finding the elements. In one of the previous session, if you remember, guys, I was using Selenium ID automation tool. Selenium ID automation tool that we don't use in real time much. Just a record and playback tool I showed you, right? Very simple and record and playback tool. So shall I prove this, that Selenium will use locators for finding the elements on the web pages? Shall I prove with the help of Selenium ID for you? Yes, I'll prove that. Already we have installed Selenium ID in the machine. Okay, as part of the previous sessions, we have already installed. If not installed, you can simply search Selenium .dev. Go to the official website of Selenium. As we discussed in the one of the previous session, go to the downloads. Go to this Selenium ID section. Here, different browsers related stuff will be there. My browser is Chrome. I'll click on the Chrome link. After I click on the Chrome link, I'll come back here. And here, add to Chrome will come. For me, remove from Chrome is coming, but for you, add to Chrome will come. Click on add to Chrome. It will be added. Just go here, and if it is not displayed here on the tab, you just pin it. Okay. Once you pin it, you'll get it. Okay. That's the process. Very simple installation. It's a browser extension. Okay. This is how we have installed Selenium ID in one of the previous session. Now I'm going to show you how to use Selenium ID. How Selenium ID is also using locators for finding different elements on the web page. I'm going to show you guys. I'll just go to the home page here. Okay, I'm just putting this homepage. This is not required, but if you know the URL, that's enough. Okay, copy the URL. You can even close it also, no problem. If you have the URL, there is nothing to worry. Selenium ID, just click on the Selenium ID. The extension may not come this much size in by default. It will come like this. For the new people who will launch, it was there from previous, right? So it's coming. This size it will come by default. When you click on that, you'll get the Selenium ID coming. And here, create a new project. Locators demo. Locators demo, I'll say the project name, say okay. And you see there is a record button. Like you record a video, there is a record button. Click on the record button. And here, base URL it's saying, just paste the URL that you just now copied, right? Control V to paste. That's the reason we have to open the application URL. Otherwise, it's not required. Start recording. The moment I say start recording, you see a new tab has opened, a new browser window got opened, a fresh window opened by Selenium ID. This application URL, whatever I have entered into the Selenium ID has been opened here. I would like to maximize the window. Maximize this. I will maximize this. Now, whatever the operations, even including maximizing, whatever the operations I would like to perform on this application will be, tracked by recorded by Selenium ID. You can see some Selenium ID icon going on the bottom of the screen here, somewhere here. I'm moving the mouse. When I move the mouse, you can see my mouse on that. Okay. Selenium ID's recording is coming, right? Here, I'll click inside search box field and type HP here and click on the search button. Whatever the activities you are doing, clicking, typing text, whatever it is. Okay. And we got the search results space. Scroll down here and right click on this HPLP and Selenium ID and say verify present. Verify whether this particular element is present on the page. You see, Selenium ID cannot see that. We have to, Selenium ID option, Selenium cannot see that visually. So, but using these commands, you are asking the Selenium to verify that. Okay. So how it will it cannot see visually, but how it will be able to locate these elements and verify that particular elements are present and all those stuff to complete the test. You'll understand now. Let's go to Selenium ID and stop the recording once you are done. Give the test name, test1, say okay. And here unnecessary steps if are there, you can remove that. Otherwise, you can see what it is doing. Let's see, open the /demo page of this tutorialsinja.com. Okay, that is nothing but the home page. Okay, whatever you are seeing is a home page. Okay, /demo is a home page. And after the home page, it's maximizing the browser window using its own command. Okay, it has recorded the steps, guys. You don't have to do anything. It clicked on the search box field. It has typed HP text into the search box field. Then it has clicked on the search button. Then it is verifying whether that particular HPLP 3065 product has come in the search results or not. But how the Selenium ID is able to locate these elements on the web pages, find the elements on the web pages is a question. Is it directly locating or with the help of what it is locating, guys? Tell me again. With the help of what Selenium ID or Selenium is locating the elements on the web pages? With the help of what it is doing? With the help of locators. So let me show you the locators, guys. Take one click command. When you click on this line right here, you can see target field is there. In the target field, what is this one? It's a name locator. Can you see the name locator here, everyone? Can you see the name locator? It is using name locator. Automatically, it is as part of recording, it has detected the locators also. Now, let me find out that particular elements are there on the page or not. Okay. So I'll open this application page here, tutorials.com/demo. And I would like to see, once I maximize the browser window, I want to click on the search box field, right? I would like to see whether this particular locator is working or not. For that, select target in page. Okay, you don't have to do that. Sorry. I did a wrong one. Whether this locator is working or not, I have to use this find target in page. Is it finding? Is it finding, guys? Is it finding the target search box field on the page? Is Selenium able to find that? So that means this particular locator is perfectly working fine. Name locator is working fine. And as a backup for the name locator is also using some backup locators, guys. You see here, if you click on this and select this one, what happened here? If you click on this, you see a lot of locators are coming. It as a first, it will give the name locator as a priority, then CSS, then XPath is a priority. You can learn the priority from this here. You see here, come back here. You see it's using the name locator here as a backup. It's using CSS selectors and it's using XPath is equal to okay. Here, which locators it is using? CSS XPath. You see XPath is always in the last position for that. Okay. Here link text is being used, then CSS, then XPath. Okay. There is a priority of locators. You see. There's a priority of locators. So priority of locators you can learn from there. But here it's using one of the locator, but in the latest version of Selenium ID, there is a fallback policy or something using which, backup locators will be maintained. If in case this particular locator fails, the script will not fail directly. It will take the help of another locator to find the element. Okay. To see whether these elements are being found or not, whether this locator is working or not, we can click on the search button, search kind of icon. You see, it's focusing there. Your focus will go there. You see, HPLP3065. It's low. This is a locator for locating the. This is a locator. Link text is a locator for which is helping Selenium in locating this HPLP3065 element on the web page, and we are verifying whether the element is present on the page or not. Here, button, guys. Okay. You see the search button. You can see the search button getting highlighted when I click on this. You see, the focus is going to search button. That means this locator is properly locating the search button. What about this one type? Click on this text box field. Okay. What about this click? It is also text box field only. Okay. It is clicking on the text box field, then typing HP in the text box field. You see, with the help of locator only, Selenium is performing the operation. Once the Selenium, okay, once the Selenium finds the required element on the web pages, okay, once the Selenium finds the required element on the web pages, where is that thing, guys? Did I close? No. Once the Selenium with the help of locators finds the element on the web pages, what the Selenium will do, guys, now? You see, locators task is done. Locators are helping Selenium in finding the elements on the web pages. Now, what Selenium will do with these elements? What Selenium will do with these elements? Tell me, guys. Yes, it will perform different operations on the elements. You see, if there is a button, it will click on the button. If there is a hyperlink, it will click on the hyperlink. If there is a checkbox field, it will select the checkbox field or deselect the checkbox field. If there is a radio button, it will select the radio button. If there is some text box field, Selenium will type some text into the text box field. If there is a text area field, Selenium can type text into the text area field. All these operations Selenium will perform. But before performing the operation, Selenium has to find that particular element on the web pages. For that, locators are required. Is that clear, guys? What exactly locators are is clear, and what after the locators help Selenium in finding the elements, what Selenium will do is clear. If it is clear, just type C in the chat box. If that is clear, type C in the chat box, guys. Locators will help Selenium in finding the elements, and once the locators help Selenium in finding the elements, Selenium will try to perform different operations on the U elements. Okay, like click operation, typing operation, okay, entering text operation, whatever it is. All these are operations of Selenium. Okay. Yeah. Kalyan, just try to interact with me. Would like to see what you understood and all. Kalyan, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, Kalyan. So can Selenium find the elements directly on the web pages?
No.
Using what it has to find the elements?
Locator.
Locators, correct. So after the locators, what are the different type of locators we have? We have name locator, we have ID locator, we have class name locator, we have link text locator, we have
Actually that's a tags, right?
actually those are the tags. You mean to say in HTML you are saying tags means?
Yes.
Actually name is an attribute in HTML. It's not a tag. For example, anchor is a tag, a tag. In that href is an attribute.
Okay, can understand.
Okay, like name is also one of the attribute. Okay, if you have you is this your first session or what, Kalyan?
No. It's
You're able to get it right? Yeah,
yes.
you attended the HTML sessions.
Yes. I
Yes, you
understand.
understood, right? There is HTML element comprises of some elements, that is starting tag, ending tag, some content between the tags, and in the starting tags, and there will be some attributes, right?
Yes, I
In that,
understand.
one of the attributes can be ID, name, class name, like that. Okay, class attributes. Okay, using them we can create the locators. Okay.
Okay.
I'll explain more. You will understand more. Okay, don't worry. I am not vented into depth, but at a high level, you understood what is the purpose of locators, Kalyan. They will help Selenium in finding the elements on the web pages. Directly, Selenium cannot find the elements. With the help of Selenium ID, I proved that Selenium ID, when you're recording also, it's what it is using. These are the commands of Selenium. Click, type, click. All these are the operations being performed by Selenium. But when you try to click on a particular text box field, we need a locator for the text box field or not. Selenium is taking the help of this locator for finding this text box field directly. If this locator is not there, can Selenium find that? Can Selenium click on this text box field if this particular locator is not there? No, it will not be possible. Okay, that locator should be there. Then only you, with the help of this locator, assume that these are the commands. This is Selenium. Selenium is finding that particular text box field with the help of this locator, one of the locator. Okay, don't worry how the locators and all, I'll cover that next. And what it is performing, once the Selenium finds this particular element using the locator on the web page, what it's trying to do, it is going to click on the text box field. First of all, it's going to click on the text box field. That's what it's doing. Next operation, what it is doing, it's typing the text, which text, HP text, into what? Into the same text box field it is typing. Okay, here HP text is being typed into the text box field. After that, what it is doing, with the help of locators, Selenium is finding the search button and Selenium is clicking. Okay. After the locator helps Selenium, Selenium is performing a click operation on the button. So click operation is being performed. Once the click operation is performed, what the Selenium is doing? It's verifying whether in the search results this particular product has come or not. This is what decides the test. Whether to pass the test or fail the test, verify. Verification fails means the test will fail. Verification passes means the test will pass. If this particular product is there on the search results, so there is a locator that is given by locator that is here. Selenium ID is using, automatically it recorded the locator also. Using this locator, Selenium is finding and checking. Okay. So if everything is good, what it is doing, Selenium is doing, Selenium with the help of locator is finding this particular element and it's trying to perform which operation. It's verifying whether this element is present on the page. You can run the script here. Just click on the run. You will see the script running automatically by Selenium ID with the help of locators, and the operations will be done by Selenium only. Okay. So there is a problem. What is the problem? Here some locator got changed. Okay. Let's copy the locator again to this. There is somehow some mistake has happened due to some temporary glitches. I selected some options maybe. Just click on that. Now it will work. You see, Selenium will, with the help of that. Without locators, it's not possible. You see, HP is being typed. Click on the search button. It will verify whether the product is displayed in the search results. You see, all the tests got passed. The test got passed here. You see, runs one. Green color means pass. Okay is coming here. Okay. So this is how the Selenium works, guys. Okay. This is how Selenium automates the test. I'll leave this. Now you understood exactly what exactly Selenium is with the help of Selenium IDE. We'll not use Selenium ID in real time, guys. We'll not use Selenium ID in real time. We don't use Selenium ID in real time, but it's very easy for me to explain the concepts of locators and Selenium. That's why I have used. Okay. Now, different type of locators. Shall I go with the next topic, guys? Are you ready for the different type of locators? I'm going to demonstrate. Yeah, in driving scenario, drivers are Selenium and GPS is the locators. Yes, correct. Drivers are without GPS, they will not locate the location, right? Like that, okay? Without, for example, if you book a cab or something, they will come to your location with the help of that GPS location or whatever, right? Then only address location they will come, okay? So that's correct. That's another way of giving the example, Manju. You are right, okay? different types of locators. Okay, what are the different type of locators we have? The below are the different type of locators which we can be used for locating the URL elements on the web pages. There is not a single locator. There are multiple locators available. So everyone thinks that locators are only one type. Okay, it's not one type. There are multiple possibility of locators which can help Selenium in finding the same element. I'll show you that. Okay. So below are the different type of locators which can be used for locating the URL elements on the web pages. Okay. What are the different type of locators? Everyone type in the chat box that you can see in the diagram. So just type in the chat box. That is enough for you to remember. ID, comma, name, comma, class name, comma, link text, comma, CSS selectors, comma, XPath expressions. Everyone type this in the chat box. Everyone try to type this in the chat box. The different type of locators we have. That is ID, name, class name, link text, CSS selectors, XPath expressions. Okay, these are the different locators we have that can help Selenium in finding the elements on the web pages. These are the whatever the locators I am saying here, right, in this diagram. The locators are nothing but these are the locators. These are different type of locators. Okay. Selenium can find the required element on the web page using ID locator, or Selenium can use a name locator for locating the element on the web pages, required element on the web pages. Selenium can use class name locator for finding elements on the web pages. Selenium can use link text locator for locating the element on the web pages. Selenium can use CSS selectors for locating the elements on the web pages. Selenium can also use XPath expression as a locator for. Okay. These are the locators. Whatever I am showing are the locators. ID, name, class name, link text. Yes, if you talk about anyone in Selenium automation, they will refer to these locators only. These are the number of locators, Pradeep. Pradeep, are you getting my point? How many locators you can see on the screen? How many locator types you can see on the screen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This will, we will use this majorly, this one only, okay? ID will use, name will use, class name will use, link text will use, CSS selectors and XPath expression. 6 type of locators. How many types are there, guys? 6 types. Okay. 6 types of locators are there that we can use in Selenium automation for finding the elements on the web pages. Okay. There are 6 type of locators. Everyone type 6 types. Partial text is a command in Selenium. It's not a locator. Partial text is a command in Selenium. Okay. Is that clear? Partial text is a command. Okay. It's a command, Selenium WebDriver command. It's not a locator. Coming to locators, there are 6 types only. ID, name, class name, link text, CSS selectors, and XPath expressions are the different type of locators. Okay. Under the subcategory of link text only, partial link text will come. Okay. There's a command in Selenium where you don't have to give the entire link. You can give a partial link. That's the only concept. But locator wise, 6 types are there. Okay. That is ID, name, class name, link text, CSS selectors, XPath. I'm going to already, I have covered the HTML basics for you. I don't have to cover again. This part is already completed for you. Okay, this part is already completed for you guys. Okay, I don't have to explain again. HTML I covered in very depth, so you can skip that. I'm going to demonstrate different type of locators for you using Selenium, guys. Using Selenium, I'm going to demonstrate different type of locators for you. Okay, fine. So for demonstrating these locators, for demonstrating this particular different type of locators for you, how to do it is a thing. Okay, I cannot use Selenium ID because Selenium ID doesn't support all these locators. Selenium ID. What are the different components of Selenium, guys? What are the different components of Selenium? Anyone remember the different components of Selenium? Type in the chat box, different components of Selenium that I covered in the first day. Selenium ID is one component. Then Selenium RC, which is deprecated, is another component. Right, Janavi? Then Selenium WebDriver, yes, correct, is another component which is mainly in use now. And finally, Selenium Grid, right? So there are 4 components in that 3 are active, 1 got already deprecated, outdated. Selenium ID, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. In these 3 components, if you go with Selenium IDE, all these locators are not supported, guys, okay? Okay, some locators are not supported. I cannot use Selenium ID. To some extent, I can use, guys, but not all I cannot use, okay? So I'll do one thing. I'll try my level this with Selenium ID because you already have the idea. And same thing we'll use with Selenium WebDriver tomorrow. Okay, later part. Okay, first I'll try Selenium ID to see how many locators I can demonstrate. Okay, using Selenium ID, tag name is again a command. Tag name is again a command. It's not a locator. Pranavi, it's not a locator. It's a command in Selenium WebDriver. Okay, all these are the commands. Whatever you are thinking about locators are not locators, they are commands. Okay, tag name is one of the command in Selenium WebDriver. Similarly, partial link text is another command. Partial link text is another command we have in Selenium WebDriver. It's not a locator. These are the locators: ID, name, class name, link text, CSS, XPath. Don't worry about the Selenium WebDriver commands now. Okay. Without you talk about Selenium WebDriver, if you are able to, identify them, those are nothing but the locators. I'll do something here. I'll click on Selenium ID, guys. I'll click on Selenium ID. I'll try to automate some application. Okay, omai.blogspot.com. I'll take copy this and I'll go to Selenium ID. I'll say create a new project. Locators demo 2. Some project name I'm giving, saying okay. I don't want to record, guys. I don't want to record seriously. Okay. So I'll manually write the things. Okay. You can also use Selenium ID to manually write the test. So here, which command I have to use first, guys, to open this application URL in Selenium ID? What is the command I have to use? Tell me. What is the command I have to use? Anyone remember the command in Selenium ID? No, that is Selenium WebDriver. Get command is from Selenium WebDriver. I'm asking about Selenium ID. Which command in Selenium ID? You don't have to remember that, but I was showing you, right? Hope you have remembered it. I felt. Okay, what was the command here I have to type to open this application URL? It's not open command, right? Correct. That's correct. You can, in the command, you select this line and type open here. You see open will come here. Here I have to provide the URL. In the target, I have to provide the URL. What is the URL? The URL, you can give the playback base URL. Okay, you can give the playback base URL here itself. The base level itself, if you can give, and just give us, just give me a second. It's open, and sorry. Here I'll remove this slash and just provide the slash here. Okay, nothing much. It's open this is a base URL it open, and it will append the slash here. Okay, this slash will be appended to this base URL, and that will be the base URL that will be opened. Okay, after that, what I have to do? After opening this application URL, I want to maximize it. How to maximize this? There's a command known as resize. You don't have to remember all this command. I even don't remember, guys. Okay, size or something. Set window size is a command. Sorry. Okay. So here you can give the size, guys. Okay, 1980 by what may be the size, guys? 780 or something. I'll give. Let's see if it works or not. I'm just giving some random size. Okay, pixels related. Okay. So you can go to your machine and find out what is the size of your machine, and then you can figure it out. What is the size you have? Just go to the desktop and right click here on the desktop and see what is the size. Okay. Display settings. Go to display settings in your machine, and let's see what is the size we have. Size of the display, brightness, and all these things are display resolution 1920 by 1080. Okay. I'll give that. Let's see what will happen. 1920 by 1920 divided by 1000, into 1080. I'm just giving that. If doesn't work, I'll just reduce the numbers. Okay. So set window size will maximize the browser window. Okay, with this resolution. It's actually changing the size of the window, guys. Nothing much. It can reduce also. If you give smaller numbers, it will display the window in smaller size. Okay. If you give this, entire screen will be occupied with that browser window. That means it's nothing but maximizing, right? Don't get confused, Kavya. Whatever the attributes that are there in HTML, we can use them as locators in Selenium for helping Selenium in finding the elements. Okay. Few attribute values in Selenium HTML. Kavya, your question is in Selenium locators are locators, but coming to HTML, they are attributes. Yes, few of the things are attributes only. Few of the things are attribute, not every attribute. Okay. Not every locator is not an attribute. Something are behind. For example, CSS selectors is a different concept. XPath expressions is a different concept. If you talk about ID, it is an attribute. Name, if you talk about, it's an attribute. Class, you talk about, is an attribute. And link text is not an attribute. It's a content between the anchor tags, for example. Okay, like the different parts of the HTML will be there. It's not always attributes. Clear, Kavya? It's not always about attributes. Locators are not always attributes. Few of the locators are attributes, few of the locators are content, few of the locators are some other thing. Okay, like that. It will be clear for you in a while. Okay, just see here, I'm trying to show you ID locator for you. Okay, ID locator. Okay, so coming to ID, as you, whatever the point you made is a clear. That's correct only. For in case of ID, ID is nothing but an attribute in HTML, but ID's value is nothing but a locator in Selenium. Okay, like that. Okay, that's correct only. In case of ID, I'll agree with your point. Okay. So here, after maximizing the browser window, what we have to do? For example, I'll inspect one of the fields, text area field, let's say. I'll inspect this text area field. I would like to see the HTML code of the text area field here. When I inspect the text area field, this particular text area field, does it have an ID attribute, yes or no? This particular text area field, does it have an ID attribute, yes or no? Yes, it has an ID attribute, right? Yes, it has an ID attribute, correct. That's 100% correct. Now, what will become ID locator? Will ID attribute will become ID locator, or the value of the attribute will become ID locator? Tell me. What will become the ID
Value
locator?
of the
The value of this ID attribute will become the ID
ID
locator.
locator.
The value, not the attribute name. Okay. You have to copy the value, guys. This value is nothing but the actual ID locator, not the ID attribute itself. Okay. So come back here, and what you want to do? I want to type some text into the text area field. So for that, in order to type, what is the command we have? We have type command. What is the command we have Selenium for typing the text into some text box fields or text area fields in Selenium ID? What is the command we have? Type. You don't have to remember this command, but I am trying to, make this possible. Here, I need to create a locator. Oh, how I can create the locator? I'll simply say ID is equal to, in single quotes, I'll say, what is the value I copied? TA1 is the value, right? Here you see ID is equal to TA1 I gave here. And to see whether this particular ID locator is really working or not, there is a functionality given. Search functionality, find target in page. Is it locating? Let's see again. It's getting highlighted, right? Somehow it's getting somewhat highlighted. Okay, I'll just click on this and see whether that is getting highlighted or not. I don't see much. I don't see much. So I'll try to inspect this otherwise. Okay, I'm not able to create it properly. I'll just click on this and select this text area field, and ID locator will come. I should not be giving single quotes, guys. Okay, that's the problem I made. Okay, now understood what is the problem I made? I have directly give TA1 only. Okay, the attribute value I have to give directly. We should not be providing that inside the single quotes as part of Selenium ID. Now let's find out this. Is it locating now? Is it locating with help of this locator? Is the Selenium ID locating this text area field? Yes, it is now locating. Okay. We should not be giving the single quotes. ID is equal directly value you have to give. From where we got this value? When I inspected this HTML code, in the HTML code, we have that ID attribute value for the text area field using this particular HTML code is highlighting the text area field. It has an ID. This value I copied and pasted it here for the ID is equal to, this is the syntax we have to follow in Selenium ID. Paste. That's it. Now, to find whether it is locating or not, we can click on that and confirm. So that is also confirmation is done. But what text I want to type into this? Let's say I want to type my name into the text area field. What I will do here? Here one more value. Third column is their value. Here, the third column. First one is command. Second one is target. Third one is value. To get the value here, I'll type my name here. Arun Motori, I want to type. That's it. I want to type that. This is a simple thing, guys, that you can do. Okay, you can rename this test at say rename and name this as ID locator demo. ID locator demo. Okay, rename.
Arun, sorry
Yeah,
to disturb your flow.
no problem.
Just I want to know that whether like this belongs to ID locator or not. This type, like how can I say that?
Type is a command.
Oh, no, I just want to know that ID type అని ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? Like this locator type is ID.
This locator type is ID. If you inspect any field, for example, okay, text area field, when you inspect, and if you see the HTML code, if you see an ID attribute with some value, that means ID locator is there for locating this field. That's how you know. Is that clear?
Nice.
Not every element will have the ID. For example, if this particular text area field, if I inspect, some other HTML code is coming. Do you see any ID attribute here in the text area field for this one?
No.
No. Can we use ID locator for that? If the ID attribute is not there, can I create an ID locator for that?
No.
No, that's what is the thing. Okay, there are different elements on the web pages here. If you inspect this search box field, let's say search button, search text box, otherwise. So when I inspect that, right click and inspect this, the HTML code will come. In this HTML code, do you see anywhere ID?
No.
No. So can I go to Selenium ID and here type command is for typing. It will type the Arun Motori, that is the operation of Selenium. But for Selenium to perform this operation, type operation and typing that Arun Motori text or whatever it is, here locator is required. But for typing the text into the search box field, the search box field, can I use ID locator in this case?
No.
Because why? How can we know? If the particular HTML code of this text box field has a ID ID attribute with value, then only I can use ID locator. Otherwise, I cannot use. Clear now? Or confusion?
Yes. Like the element having the ID locator, ID tag, we can use as an
ID
ID
attribute.
locator.
ID attribute, not tag. ID attribute. Here in this HTML, input is the tag name. Okay. Autocomplete, class, name, size, title, type, value are the attributes. Got it? Some attributes have some values, some attributes doesn't have values. Here ID with attribute value is not there. So I cannot use ID locator in this case. But in case of text area field, when I inspect, this HTML code of the text area field, does it have an ID attribute value? In that case, this value I can use as an ID locator. Got it? For locating this text area field. This value is going to help Selenium in finding the element on the web page because it is an ID attribute whose value is TA1. So with that logic, I'll come here and this is the operation that is being performed by Selenium. You see, into the text area field, what we can do? What we can do in text area field? Can I select it? Can I click it? I can click it. Okay, what exactly we generally do with the text box fields, text area fields, guys, on the UI? We generally type things, right? What we generally do when we look at the text area field, text box fields or text area fields, we type the text. What you will do with this drop-down field, you will select the options. What you will do with this buttons, you'll click on the buttons. What do you do with this radio buttons, etc.? You select the radio buttons. What do you do with this text box field? You select or deselect. These are the operations that are limited to this fields, UI elements on the web pages. To locate the UI elements, we need the locators. For that, we have to inspect the HTML code and get the corresponding locators. For example, here ID attribute some values there, I can use the ID locator to locate this text area field. That's fine. But who will perform the operation on the text area field? You see, this locator will only help Selenium in finding the element on the web page. But who will perform after that? Selenium, with the help of this locator, finds this particular text area field. Then who will perform the operation here? Selenium will perform the operation. Not locator will not perform operation here. Who will perform operation? Selenium will perform operation. In case of Selenium ID is also one of the tools of Selenium, right? What type of operation Selenium want to perform after using this locator for finding the elements on the web page? Which type of operation Selenium want to perform on this text area field? Tell me by looking at this. Yes, Kalyan, tell me. What is the type of operation that Selenium want to perform on the text area field after using this locator for finding this text area field? Kalyan, which operation?
Value.
Not value. What is operation? What type of typing operation? It's typing. It want to type some text into the text area field, not value operation. Here, value is the text that is going to type. But what is the operation? Type is the operation. Locator is this one. With the help of Selenium, Selenium ID, this particular tool, whatever the Selenium ID tool is using with the help of the ID locator, it's locating the text area field. Okay. Once it locates with the help of ID, this text area field, it will type this particular text. Selenium will perform this operation known as type operation on the text area field by typing this particular text. That's why this text is required. Now, if I run the code, you will see the script running. Okay, there's a problem with the set window size, guys. Okay, we cannot set this much size. 19, 20, maybe. Yeah, what is the error? We'll see the error details here. You see, field invalid bounds must be at least 50% within the visible screen space. So let's try to reduce the size here, maybe 780 or something. I'll give what will happen. Let's see, run this and see whether this will work or not. Yeah, still that is not working. What will be the better one, guys? 1560. Run this. Is it working? It may be working, but it's going somewhere. I don't know where it is going. This much of area is not able to cover. Small difference is there, guys. Okay. Somewhat small is there. That's okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just reduce this 1500 by 780. If I run this, let's see what will happen. Is it working now? Yes, it is working now. And into the text area field, it has to type my name into the text area field. You see, did it type my name into the text area field?
Yes.
Yes. How? Selenium with the help of this locator is finding this text area field and using this command of Selenium, ID has this type command. Using this type command, it's performing the type operation. What it is typing, this particular value it is typing into the text area. This is the ID locator example. Everyone clear with the ID locator? How to use ID locator for helping Selenium in finding the elements on the web pages and then helping Selenium in performing the operation is clear? Yes. Kalyan, is that clear for you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now let's move on to the next locator. Okay. Let me create one more test. Let me create a new test here. You don't have to learn Selenium ID, guys. I'm just using Selenium ID as a means for explaining you what exactly locators are. But in real time, we are not going to use Selenium ID. We are going to use Selenium WebDriver. But before going to that Selenium WebDriver, we need to learn Selenium. Before using Selenium WebDriver, we have to learn some Java language. Okay, that's why I'm not directly jumping there. Okay, so anyhow, it's an executing state. I'll just change it to test state, and so that I can create a test here. Plus, I'll say name locator demo. Another demo I'm giving, name locator demo I'm going to give, guys. Click on add. Once I click on add, right, then again the same things, open. What I want to open, the same application URL, just give the slash here. That's enough. Okay, to open the base URL, it will open slash means base URL. And here is size or something, set window size. What was the size, guys, that we have given? 1560 into 1500 into 780 or something. Okay, 700 or 780, whatever you want to give, that you can give. Okay, so then what I want to do here is I want to type my name into this field this time, not into the text area field. I want to type into the search box field. Text, it's the text box, it's the text area field, it's the text box field. I'll inspect this text box field and see the HTML code of the text box field into which I want to type my name. Now tell me, guys, is there any ID here? I'll immediately look for the ID only, guys. Okay. Here in this HTML code, I'll first look for the ID, guys. Okay. Is there any ID in this HTML code of the text box field? Is there an ID attribute? No, it's not there. Then if ID attribute is not there, then I'll start looking for the name attribute. Is there any name attribute out of all the attributes that this input tag of HTML has, of this particular HTML element of this search box field? Is there any name? Is there any name locator available? Sorry, name attribute available? Yes, name attribute. What is the value of this name attribute here? What is the value of the name attribute? Tell me, guys, what is the value of the name attribute here? Q. This will become the name locator. This Q will become the name locator, guys. How to do that? Copy this and come back here. And instead of typing the ID here, so what is the operation I want to perform inside this search box field? What is the operation I want to perform? I want to type, or I want to click, or I want to select some option, or what? Type option is enough, right? Type is enough. So I want to type. So I'll use the type command. Okay, Selenium type command. Selenium type command, where we have to type, where Selenium has to type, how to find. For that, we have to give the locator of the Selenium has to type into the search box field. But how can Selenium find? Selenium is by default blind. Selenium has to take the help of the locator in finding the search box field. So name is equal to give that Q. Whatever the Q you typed in the chat box, right, that I'm giving here, because that is the name locator in this case of search box field. This Q will help Selenium. This name is equal to Q locator will help Selenium in finding this. Okay, you can click on the search button to see whether Selenium is getting located. But what need to be typed? Where I have to give, what need to be typed in the value I have to give. For example, again the same name, Arun Moturi, I would like to type. Now run the script and see what is happening. The script running or not? Yes, the script is running. And observe the search box field here. Observe the search box field here. And see whether any name is being typed into that. Is it typed? Is the name typed into search box field? This time, which locator I have used? Did I use ID locator or name locator? Did I use ID locator or name locator this time? Name locator. Okay. This is how we can use name locator for helping Selenium. Or not always ID will be there. Not always ID will be there, guys. There may be some situations where name attribute will be there in the HTML. That HTML attribute we have to use as a name locator. Okay. Fine. Next thing. Next is what? What is next? What are the things we have in next? ID is over, name is over. Class name. Can I use class name locator here? I don't think so. Selenium ID will not support class locators, guys. That's a problem with Selenium ID. Class locators will not be supported by Selenium, but we can try it. Okay, I'll try it and show you that class locators cannot be. Doesn't support, guys. Selenium ID doesn't support class locators. Selenium WebDriver will support, but another component of Selenium, that is Selenium WebDriver, will support the class locator, but Selenium ID will not support the class locator. Clear? Okay, let's try that. Okay, if in case it locates, is very good, because the older version of whatever the versions of Selenium ID I was using for training from previous batches and all, it was not working. Okay, I'll just say class locator demo. Okay, mostly it will not work, guys, but I'm pretty sure. But let's see how it goes. So again, I'll write the same commands, open the application URL, open command. Selenium will use this open command for opening this application for opening the application URL, do you need any command? Do you need any locator? Guys, do you need any locator for opening the application URL in the browser? Does the Selenium need any locator? No, that's the reason we are not giving any locator here. This is not a locator. Open command does it. You see, these options are disabled, means there is no locator option for open command. Then size. Size, if I type set size, window size. Set window size and select. Is set for maximizing the browser window. Do you need any locator? For maximizing the browser window for Selenium, does the Selenium require Selenium ID? Does it require any locator? For maximizing the browser window, the Selenium IDE require any locator? No. The answer is still no, guys. Okay. It's all browser options. Opening the application URL in the browser, maximizing the browser, resizing the browser. For that, no locators are required. No locators are required. Locators are only required when you want to perform some elements, operations on some elements like drop-down fields, headings, links, text box fields, radio buttons, etc. Then only the locators are required for performing the browser level operations like opening the application URL in the browser, for refreshing the page, for navigating backward, for maximizing the browser, for resizing the browser window, for minimizing the browser, for closing the browser. No locators are required. Okay, browser level operation doesn't need any locators. Selenium don't have to worry about having locators for performing the browser level operations. But to perform the operations on different UI elements, HTML web elements on the web pages, okay, like drop-down fields, checkbox fields and all, then only Selenium needs the locators. Set window size is also browser level operation where we are maximizing the browser window. For that 1500 into 780 something that is working for us. So we are going with that. Okay, can give anything. So it's not the locator, guys. It's the value kind of stuff only. Okay, so it's just giving the screen size. Okay. The next one is what I want to do next is I would like to click on this button. Why I want to click on this button? There is a reason for this. If I inspect this drop down button here, if I inspect this drop down button here, is an example. Okay. For an example, I want to click on this button. Can you see the HTML code of this button, guys? When I inspect this button, can you see the HTML code of the button? Guys, everyone can see the HTML code of the button here, which is highlighted here. You see when I hover the mouse, the UI element is also getting highlighted. That's the HTML code. Does it have any ID attribute? Tell me, guys, does it have this HTML code? The HTML element of this drop-down field, does it have an ID attribute? No.
No.
Does it have the name attribute?
No.
Does it have the class attribute?
Yes.
Yes. I'll copy the value and use this particular value of the class attribute as a class locator. Okay. Copy this and come back here. And here I'll write down what I want, what I can perform on this, what Selenium ID can perform on this button.
Yes.
What Selenium? Yeah.
Click.
Click. Yeah. You have to write the click command. If Selenium ID can perform the click operation, you type the click command. Okay. Click. And here we have to give the locator, right? I'll try to give the class locator. This is a class locator. But I don't really think that Selenium ID will support class locator. Okay. I'll click on this and is it locating? No. You see flashing is not happening. So if that is not the case, if I use this inspect option to, just click on this and it asks you to select an element and select this element. Now just go back here. It's not using the class locator. So class locator is not supported, guys. It's going with either CSS or XPath, but ID is not there, name is not there. It is not a hyperlink. So link text is not possible. So what are the other possibilities? If Selenium ID doesn't support the class locator, guys, that's the only thing. Otherwise, we would have written like this: class is equal to like this. We would have written. Okay. Class locator I cannot explain with Selenium ID. If I have to explain class locator, right, I have to go with Selenium WebDriver. Do you want to see the interface of Selenium WebDriver and how it works? You don't have to worry how did I install and all. But at a high level, you want to see that demo. How to use a class locator, you want to see in another component of Selenium. Instead of Selenium ID, I'll use Selenium WebDriver there. Shall I use? With your permission, I can use. What do you think, guys? I'll write the code, but you don't have to worry what code I'm writing. If that is okay with you, then I'll do that. Okay. In Selenium ID, you don't have to write any code. You are understanding everything easily. But whatever I'm going to show you, some code will be there. If you are not going to get daunted or get afraid of the code, right? Then it's fine. It's going to be very simple code. I'll try to explain at a high level anyhow. So I'll try to open this thing and just go somewhere here. This is my Eclipse ID. I am yet to show, guys. I am yet to show how to download Eclipse ID, how to install Eclipse ID, how to install Java, how to download Java. That sessions are not completed. For the people who may think that these topics are already completed, just a just a small mention that these things are not completed for anyone. Everyone is new to this. Okay. So I'm going to cover this in upcoming sessions. So only reason I came to this Selenium ID, this Eclipse ID or Selenium, whatever you call now at this point of time, is that I want to show how to use the class locator. That's the reason I came. Otherwise, I would not have come. Okay. So fine. I'll go to one of the project here and create one of the tests here. Don't worry what I am doing here on the screen. That is, just ignore the things. Only put focus on the class locator, guys. Only put the focus on which locator? Guys, on which locator you are going to put the focus now? Are you putting the focus on the code that I'm going to write, or
Class.
are you going to put on the
Class locator?
Only locator, okay? Locator, you have to put the focus. Whatever I'm doing here doesn't matter for you, okay? Just see and observe, that's it. I'll just go like that, okay? As a, you are watching a movie, okay? And the director, you are watching the movie, that's it. You don't have to be a director here, okay? How to write and all. Don't ask me that questions, okay? Because this is not, I didn't cover it, okay? So here I'm writing some code, guys. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver, okay? So Control Shift O, I am saying, don't worry about what I am doing. This will open the Chrome browser. In Selenium WebDriver, this particular part will open the Chrome browser, okay? It will launch the Chrome browser. And if I have to maximize the browser, I have to write this line. Don't try to remember this at this moment, okay? I'll cover this later again. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay. And in Selenium WebDriver, we have to use get command to open the application URL. Inside the get command, inside the double quotes, we have to give the application URL. What is application URL? I have to give, I'll give the omai.blogspot.com as the application URL. Okay. Then after giving that application URL here, then what I want to do next, after opening the Chrome browser, after maximizing the browser, after opening the application URL, then what I want to do, I want to simply click on this button. What is that button, guys? This drop down button. Inspect this drop down button. You'll get the HTML code. You'll get the HTML code. In the HTML code, we already have seen that there is no, okay, there is no ID attribute. There is no name attribute. So I'm looking for the third attribute, that is class attribute. This class attribute was not supported by Selenium ID. So I came to Selenium WebDriver. Okay. So, but in real time, we'll use Selenium WebDriver. So don't have to worry why Selenium ID is not supporting the class locator. Don't worry about that. Why? Because in real time, we are not going to use Selenium IDE. We are going to use in real time Selenium WebDriver. Copy this and come back here and write down driver dot find element. You don't have to worry what I am typing here. By dot class name. Okay, command will be there. So in double quotes, I'll give that value. This class locator value, class attribute value is nothing but a class locator now. Okay, that I'm giving here. Put a semicolon, and this is nothing but drop down field button, drop down button. I'm just giving a name for that particular button. Whatever I'm doing doesn't matter. Here, where I have used the locator, guys, class locator. This is what is the focus point you have to be. Okay, here I'm helping Selenium in locating this drop down button with the help of this highlighted locator. Able to understand, guys? At a high level, able to understand this code or any confusions? This will open the Chrome browser. This will maximize the browser. This will open the application URL. And here, using this particular locator, Selenium will find this particular. Just find element means Selenium with the help of this locator will find this drop down button. Able to understand? Clear? Type C so far. So far, if it is clear, type C. Type C in the chat box if it is clear so far. Okay. Now, I want to click on the button. For that, this drop down button dot click command will be there in Selenium WebDriver. Okay. I'm using the click command. Who is performing the click operation? Selenium WebDriver is doing that. Okay. Using what locator it has located that particular drop down button? Using the class locator. Okay. Using the class locator, Selenium WebDriver with the help of class locator is finding the drop down button and performing the click operation. Okay. This is what is the difference case. Run the code and see what is happening. I'm running the code. Just observe this at a high level. Don't try to think what code I have written. Only locator point is very important for you. Here we are using the class locator because Selenium ID doesn't support the class locator. That's the reason we came to Selenium WebDriver, another component of Selenium, to see how it is using or taking the help of class locator in finding that particular button and clicking on that button. You see, button has been clicked, guys. If the button has been really clicked, these options will come. You see, the options came or not? The options came or not? Facebook, Flipkart, Gmail options came. You click on the button, then only these options will come. That is the proof that the button has been clicked. That is the proof that the button has been clicked. Clear, everyone? Clear, everyone? Everyone clear? How to use class locator is clear. Apart from ID name, we have class locator. I cannot demonstrate this class locator. I cannot demonstrate this class locator with Selenium ID. That's why I came to Selenium WebDriver, guys. I tried my level best not to go to Selenium WebDriver, but you see there is no option left out. I cannot demonstrate the class locator. That will not work here. Okay, in Selenium ID, class locator will not work. In Selenium WebDriver only it will work. Okay, fine. Then that's also good. Now let's move on to the next things. That is ID is done, name is done, class name is done. Another one is what? What is the next one? What is the next one, guys?
Test.
Link text. So Pradeep is asking me a question, sir, is a locator name class or class name? The command is class name, but locator is class locator. Got it? We can call it as class. Class is attribute. Class name is a locator we generally call. Class or class name, you can call it anything. ID locator, name locator, class locator, you can say. If you want to really know, right, the best way is that we have the selector sub already installed. Na? So give me a second. I'll confirm that for you. Right click here, selector sub, copy ID, copy name. It's not coming here. Maybe I'll just right click here and see. Selector sub, copy ID name. It's not coming here also. 1 minute. Inspect this. By which name we can, I'll explain about the selector sub, don't worry. So it's not covered yet. I'm just using for your purpose. Class name. We call this as class name locator. Okay, if I inspect this drop down field here, how many possibilities are there? You see, ID locator is there, name is there, class name. We have to call that as class name locator, not class locator. It's called as class name locator. Everyone type ID locator, name locator, class name locator. Okay, it's class name, not class. But it's a class attribute, I understand. But locator wise, you have to call that as class name only. Okay, locator wise, you have to name it as class name locator. Okay, while calling that as a locator, you have to say class name. Clear now? Fine, great. ID locator, name locator, class name locator. Okay, class name locator is nothing but the value of the class attribute in HTML elements. Okay, value of the class attribute in HTML element is nothing but the class name locator. Fine. So fine. So far so good. Now next thing here is ID is done, name is done, class name is done. Next one is link text. So I'll try to find something for you. So here I would like to click on one link. Which link I want to do? Selenium tutorial. Inspect this. Let's see what will happen. What type of things are there? If that is having some ID, I'll not take that ID. I want to have a hyperlink which doesn't have anything in, For example, I'll take this jQuery UI. Can you see this jQuery UI link, guys? Hyperlink. Can you see this jQuery UI hyperlink? It is a hyperlink, yes or no? It is a hyperlink, yes or no? In the HTML, it is an hyperlink, right? If I inspect this, the HTML code of this jQuery UI will come here, okay? The HTML code of the jQuery UI will come. Can you see the HTML code of the jQuery UI hyperlink here in the chat? In the Chrome DevTools. Can you see the HTML code of the HTML element code of this, jQuery UI here? Yes, right? Now observe this HTML code and understand what type of attributes are there. Does it have an ID attribute? Does this particular hyperlink in the HTML code has an ID attribute? Yes or no? No. Does it have name attribute? Does it have name attribute? Tell me guys, does it have name attribute? No. That's also correct. But does it have class attribute? Does it have class attribute? No. Then, but it is a hyperlink, yes or no? It doesn't have ID, name, class name locators. Attributes. ID attribute is not there. Name attribute is not there. Class attribute is there. So ID locator is ruled out. Name locator is ruled out. Class name locator is ruled out. But if you clearly observe this HTML code, it is a hyperlink, yes or no? It is an anchor tag, yes or no? Hyperlink. Anchor tag is there means it's definitely a hyperlink. In cases of hyperlink, there is some text between the starting and ending tags. What is the text that is there between the starting anchor tag and in between the starting and ending anchor tags? What is the text that you can see here in the HTML code? What is the text that you can see in between the starting and ending anchor tags? What is the text that you can see? Type in the chat box. What is the text that you can see in between the starting and ending tags? jQuery. Is jQuery an attribute here? Is jQuery UI is an attribute here? Is jQuery UI is an attribute? No. What is this then? It's a content. Okay. We call this as starting tag. We call this as ending tag. We call this href as an attribute, and this one as attribute value. But this one is called as content of the HTML element. We call this as content. Text content, you can say otherwise. If you are confused with text and content, you can say text content between the tags, starting and ending tags. It is a content between the tags, starting and ending tags. It's called as content. Generally, HTML elements, whatever that is there between the tags, we call this as content, or we can call this text content. That text content you have to copy. This particular text content you have to copy as which type of locator? Tell me guys, which type of locator that is now? This text content between the starting and ending anchor tags, not other tags, anchor tags only, especially, is called as linked text locator. This will act like which type of locator now? The text between the anchor tags only, button tags, text area tags, input tags. That is not the link text. That is not the link text locator. The text content that is there between the anchor tags is only the link text. Okay. So if I inspect this, for example, if I inspect some other thing, guys, for you, let's say this button or something, I'll try to inspect this button X or button Y. If I inspect this button X is there between the button starting and ending tags. Can I use this as link text locator? Can I use this text content as a link text locator here for this particular button? Can I use, guys? No, it's not correct. Because why? It is a button tag. Link text is only possible for which tags? Type in the chat box for which tags the link text will be. Don't worry about this. Just focus on this one. This cannot be used as a link text because the tag name is what? Button. But for this hyperlink jQuery UI, for this particular hyperlink that is jQuery UI, what is the tag? What is the tag available? Anchor tag. Everyone type anchor tag. So if that is HTML element has an anchor tag, and in between the anchor tag, if you see some text content, that kind of text content can only be the link text. Text content of buttons or any other fields cannot be link text locator. Text content of anchor tags only can be the link text locator. That's why we call it as link. A means link only, right? Hyperlink. Hyperlink locator text. Okay. Copy the text between the tags and come back here and go here and create new test here and name the test as, link text locator demo. For now, I'm using Selenium ID, but in real time, we'll use WebDriver only. Here, I'll write open and here slash, and then I want to set window size, and here I have to give the resolution that is 1500 x 780 is working fine. So I'll go with that for now. And after that, what I'll do, I want to do what? I want to click on this link, jQuery UI link. So what I have to do, what operation I can perform on this link, guys? I can click on that, right? What operation Selenium can perform on this link? What operation that Selenium can perform on this jQuery UI link? What the Selenium can do, it can click. So that's why in Selenium ID, I'll use a click command. I'll use a click command like this, click. Okay. Once I use click command here, I'll provide the locator. Which locator I want to use? Which locator I'm trying to use? This text content, which will act like a link text locator because it's anchor tag. In between the anchor tags, this text is content is there. So it is a link text locator. Now here, I'll simply type link text is equal to give the value, is equal to value. That's it. To see whether this link text locator is working fine or not, click on this search. And if it is taking you there, then it's working fine. Okay. Let's click on this and see it's not working properly. So I'll do one thing. I'll just remove this and then, try to select, sorry, I selected the wrong one. Here we have to give capital T, guys. That's the problem. Okay. I don't remember the syntax of Selenium ID because I don't use in real time. I don't use Selenium ID in real time. So I have to experiment here. Okay. So we have to write like this. Link text is equal to link. Here T should be capital. For ID, we have to write ID is equal to some ID attribute. For name, we have to write name is equal to value. But for link text, we have to write link. T should be in capital is equal to paste. jQuery UI is the link text, right? jQuery UI is the link text. Okay. jQuery UI is the link text. Now click on this button. It's locating. Is that locating? Is this locator helping Selenium in finding this link? jQuery UI link. Just see that. Yes. What operation is going to perform Selenium? After it uses this link text locator for locating this jQuery UI, the Selenium ID or Selenium is going to click on this link. Let's see whether the link is getting clicked. If it's clicked on the link, we'll not be on this page. We'll be taken to another website page. Okay, from there. So let's see. I'm running the script. It should click on that jQuery UI. You see, you are going to take into jQuery UI after clicking on the link. You see, it clicked on that jQuery UI link and you are taken to which page? jQueryui.com website page you have taken. Is it working? Is the link text locator working? Yes or no? Guys, is the link text locator working? Yes or no? Is everyone clear how to use link text locator? This is another type of locator, guys. This is another type of locator that we have in Selenium. So ID is completed, name is completed, class name I covered in Selenium WebDriver, and link text I covered in Selenium ID. Again, it supports. And remaining two locators are what? What are the remaining locators we have now? What are the remaining two locators we have? What are the remaining locators we have here? We have CSS selectors and XPath. Everyone type completely. Don't say XPath. XPath is different. XPath expressions you have to say. XPath expressions and CSS selectors you have to say. XPath expressions. So it's a, a lot of people, what they do is they go with the short forms. Okay, XPath CSS. CSS is a cascading style sheet in HTML we use for styling, right? That is CSS. But here locators are not CSS. CSS selectors are the locators. Okay, using CSS technology, we are locating the elements that are CSS selectors. Okay, if you remember in the yesterday session, I covered CSS selectors already, but you don't have to worry. So everyone type XPath expressions and CSS selectors. Okay, don't type CSS. Don't type CSS. Okay, instead it is CSS selectors. You can see on the screen clearly, it's not CSS, it's CSS selectors. It's not XPath, it's XPath expressions. It's XPath expressions. Okay, it's XPath expressions. Okay, CSS selectors and XPath expressions. CSS selectors and XPath expressions. Okay. Okay then, fine, great. CSS selectors and XPath expressions. Okay. CSS selectors and XPath expressions are the locators we have. Now, what we can do here is how to get the CSS XPath. Is it as easy as getting like ID, name, class name, link text by looking at the HTML code? Can we get? Do you think so? Is that so easy? No, guys. You will not get by looking at the HTML code. You cannot get. It is not easy. It's something that you have to learn from scratch. CSS selectors you have to learn from scratch. XPath expressions you have to learn from scratch. But I'm not going to cover now because I told you at the beginning, it's only locators basics. It's not about XPath expressions and CSS selectors. Okay. While XPath expressions, CSS selectors and XPath expressions are the type of locators we have, still, I'm not going to explain in detail. When the time comes, I'll cover, but not now. Okay. When the time comes only, then I'll cover the CSS selectors and XPath expressions locators. But for now, there's a trick. But for now, there is a trick. Don't worry about inline CSS. Those are all concepts. Here, locators Raj, it's inline CSS is one type of CSS. Internal CSS, another CSS. External CSS, another type of CSS. All the CSS are again CSS only, cascading style sheet only. Okay. That technology don't worry about now. But I'm talking about locators. The CSS is different and CSS selectors is different. XPath is different. XPath expressions are different. Okay. So what is this CSS selectors? I don't want to go in depth, but at a high level, I want to cover and demonstrate how to use this XPath and CSS selectors in locating the elements on the web pages. That's what I want to prove. Okay. For that, I'll do one thing. You see, I'll go to this application. I'll go to one of the applications here. I'll just go back here. I'll go to this application or close this. Otherwise, here we have the application, right? Now, on this application, there is a button. Can you see this button X? Guys, can you see the button X here? Yes, you can see the button X, right? I'll inspect this button X and see what is there. I have to see proper examples, guys, okay? Yeah, it has ID. I'll not take that. If it is ID, I don't have to go for XPath CSS, right? You see, if it has ID, I don't have to go. I'll cover that later. Then I'll try with other things like, this search button. I'll search button. I'll inspect and see what does it have. It has class attribute is there. Okay, I'll not take that because class is there. What if I go with this text area field? Let's see. Let's try different elements and see the HTML codes. So this text area field, does it have ID? This particular text area field, does it have any ID? So Selvi is asking me some question. So if the HTML element has name, class name and ID locator, etc. So the preference will go by ID first. If no ID, then we have to go for the name, correct? And so forth. Yes, correct. Yes, you're 100% right, Selvi. Okay. That I'm going to cover here. There is one more topic coming up. Don't worry. I'll cover that here. Okay. There is a concept known as locators priority that I'm intentionally hiding for a while. Okay. So that will go. Why it is required and all also I'll cover. Okay. Don't worry for now. So what is the situation? Why we have to go for priorities? I'll cover that. But for now, I inspected the text area field. If you look at this text area field here, okay. If you look at this text area HTML code of this text area field, does it have an ID? Guys, does it have any ID? Tell me, does it have any ID attribute so that I can use ID locator for locating this text area field? No. Does it have any name attribute so that I can use the value of the name attribute as a name locator? No. Does it have any class attribute with some value so that I can use that as a class name locator? No. Can I use the text content? Can I use the text content as a link text? What do you say, guys? Yes or no? Can I use this particular text between the tags as a link text locator? No. No is the answer because it's not a hyperlink. It is a text area field. Only for hyperlinks only, the text content will act like a link text. But for other buttons, text area field, any other fields you take, the content between the tags is not going to be acting like link text locator. It's not a link text locator, guys. You cannot use this as a link text locator. Only for hyperlinks. Wherever you see hyperlinks, right? This kind of hyperlinks. Further HTML code anchor tags will be there. In between the anchor tags, if the text is there, text content is there, that can be used as a link text. But here, these buttons or text area fields, that particular text between the starting and ending tags of text area fields or buttons or input fields or whatever it is, cannot be used as a link text locator. Understood, guys? Everyone clear? Jesse, is that clear for you? Why we cannot use that? Kavya, is that clear for you? Why we cannot use that as a link text locator? Jesse and Kavya? Yes, na? Yes. Yes, great, great. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, we cannot use this text between the tags as a locator. Then what is the solution? Then what is the solution? Here we have landed on a very big problem. That is, here ID is not there, name locator is not there, class name locator is not there, link text is not possible. Then remaining options are CSS and XPath. Remaining options are CSS and XPath case. Okay. So I would like to go with CSS and see how to get the CSS here, how to get the CSS. For that, I'll inspect this text area field for which ID attribute is not there, name attribute is not there, class attribute is not there. This is not a hyperlink so that I cannot use this text content as a hyperlink, link text locator. All these are failed. So I'll right click on this HTML code. And here there is an option known as, which option is there here? When I right click on the HTML code of the text area field, which option I have highlighted here? Everyone type in the chat box, what is this option? When I right click on this HTML code, I'm just hovering. I just, put my mouse on the option. What is that option? Tell me. Copy option. Copy. Okay, copy. When I say copy, here sub options are coming. In that, copy selector options. For CSS selectors, I have to select this copy selector. Everyone type in the chat box, copy selector for CSS selectors. Copy selector for what? CSS selector. Okay. Copy selector for what? CSS selector. Everyone type copy selector is equal to CSS selector here. Right click on this HTML code, go for copy, and in the sub options, go for copy selector. Copy selector for CSS selectors. Copy this. The moment I enter that, I'll go to the Notepad++ here and then paste the value that is coming. You see how much big it is coming, guys? This is a CSS selector that is coming. It will work. It will work. I'll go to Selenium ID. Okay. So how did I get the CSS selector here? How did I get the CSS selector locator for the text area field? CSS selector locator for text area field. How did I get that? I inspected that. First of all, I inspected that particular text area field. This particular text area field, I have inspected that first. The cat was playing in the garden kind of text area field. The HTML code came. Then I right clicked on that. Then I selected the copy option. And from the copy option, I selected copy selector. The moment I do that, some text got copied into my, here. And once I say Control V here or right click paste, whatever it is, Control V or whatever it is, I got the CSS selector. Now I am going to use the CSS selector of the text area field to clear the text. You see, already this text area field has some text, right? Cat was playing in the garden. I want to clean this one. I want to empty that. Okay. I want to type my name there. In place of that, I want to type my name. That's what is the requirement. Okay. Let's refresh the page and see. By default, it is coming with cat was playing in the garden. Already have the locator. Which locator I have created, guys? Tell me which locator I have created for this text area field. Tell me which locator just now I created for this text area field. CSS selector. CSS selector locator we have created. Okay. So I'll go here and I'll demonstrate you the CSS selector locator. CSS selector demo. CSS selector demo. Locator demo. CSS selector locator demo. Okay. Just add and here again write the same lines. Open and here give slash. That means base URL it will open. Okay. Then here set window size. If you want to set the window size, you can set. Otherwise, you don't have to write this. 1500 divided by, X 780 or something I'll give. That's okay. It's working fine. So I'm using the same thing. Okay, then next one. Next one is that I want to do what operation on this text area field. Tell me. I want to do what operation first in the text area field. Tell me, guys, what I told you. Which operation I wanted to do on the text area field? Tell me. Clear operation. Not typing. I don't want to type first. I want to clear whatever that is there existing. Then I want to type my name. So by default, it is coming with some text. So here, is there any clear command or something? I don't see any. How to clean or clear? Is there any clear command? I don't know whether there is a clear command, but I'll find out. Delete. You think that is delete? Let's find it out. What is I can find it out, guys. If I want, I can find it out. But let me see the list of the options here because we generally don't use in real time. So there is no possibility for me to understand that there is kind of stuff like that. Okay. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just go to Google and ChatGPT I'll use. We generally call this Selenium ID commands as Selenium commands. Everyone type in the chat box. What type of these commands are generally called as which commands? Selenium. Selenium. I'll type in the chat box. Selenium. SELENEAC commands. Okay, these are called as open, type, click. All these are Selenium commands. In Selenium ID, we call these commands as yes, right. You are right, guys. Okay, these commands are generally called as Control Z, Control Z. Okay, I should not disturb this. Selenium commands we call that. Okay, Selenium commands. Generally call them as Selenium commands, but we don't have to. Just having some knowledge is enough, guys. Okay, which commands in Selenium ID, what commands we generally call Selenium commands. Okay, Selenium commands are Selenium ID commands. Okay, simple ones. Okay, anyhow, so here I'll come back here and type here in Selenium WebDriver. In Selenium WebDriver, we have clear command for clearing the text from the text box fields. But what command we have in Selenium ID for doing the same? What Selenium command we have also we can write. Okay. Okay. So what it is saying, guys, there is no clear command here, but you can do something like this. Okay. You can trick the thing. Type, don't type anything. You say type and don't type anything. That's what it is saying. But let's see. Open Selenium ID, record or create a new identify the text box you want to clear. Use the type command on that element with an empty string as a value. Okay, as a value, you have to give the empty string, guys. I'll just give that. I'll copy this $empty variable represent empty string, effectively clearing the text box. Okay, I'll just do whatever it is saying, guys. So here I'll give the value as $empty, but which field have to type? Already I have created a how Selenium ID will find the text area field where I want to empty that text by the help of locator. Already I captured the locator here, right? What is this locator, guys? What is this locator that I captured in here for the text area field? By right clicking, copying and copy CSS selector, selector, this CSS selector, right? So copy that CSS selector and write down here, come back here and say CSS is equal to, give that value. You should not say CSS selector or something here. Here I have to say CSS only. That is the syntax in Selenium ID. Just see whether this is working fine or not. Click on that and okay. So let me go to that application and see whether when the application is in focus, I'll try to click on this and see no tab is available for this test case, either continue or play it back. Okay, what is that? It is saying I don't understand. Type empty. No tab is saying that something is saying. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll just select this. Is there any option coming? No tab is available for this test case, either continue or record or play it back. Okay, then okay, that's okay. That's okay. Type. I'll try to run it and see what is happening. It will maximize the browser window. It has maximized already, guys. Let's see what it is doing. It has typed empty here. Okay. It has typed empty here. That's not correct. It's locating. Okay. You see, it's locating this. But the problem here is CSS selector is locating, but it's not typing empty. So what I have to do, guys, let me run this like this and see what is happening. Will it clear the text or what it will do? Not type anything. Yeah, if you don't provide anything, that is nothing but clearing the text, guys. Okay. The text is getting clear if you don't type any value here. Type without any value, it's like clearing the text in Selenium ID, but we don't have to know that. But after clearing, what I want to do, again, I want to type into the same text area field. What is the CSS selector for this text area field? Already I captured here. CSS selector I already captured here. I'll go back here and paste it here. And then I want to type my name into the text area field. Okay. Now run the code and observe what is happening. Width we can increase a bit. Okay. You see, after clearing, it has to type my name into the text area field. It's not typing, guys. Okay, somehow it's not typing. Is any failure happening? Type and then type. Okay, here I didn't mention CSS, guys. That's the problem. Stop the execution. And here I made a wrong mistake. What is the mistake I made in this CSS selector? CSS is equal to I have to write. I didn't mention CSS is equal to as per the syntax. Yeah, now it's locating. Now run the code. It will work now. First, it will clear the text in the text area field. That cat was playing will be cleared. After in place of the cat was playing, Arun Motri has been typed. Is it working now? Using CSS selector? Is it working now? Guys, is it working? Using CSS selector is working? Yes or no? Yes. We also understood CSS selector. Now the last option we have is XPath. There may be some situations, right? For example, take our example of the country. Okay. Take the example of our country. I'll go with India. Okay. India or any other country. Let's say any country you take. Every country has this problem. Okay. Security problem is there. Okay. I'll tell you what is the problem. World map or something. I'll just give a real world example. You will understand the XPath expression, why it is important and all. Okay. I'll go to one of the map here. Sorry, images. Sorry, images. So some map we have seen. Take any country here in this map. Take any country, guys. Doesn't matter which country it is. I don't want to be, okay. So yeah, this map or which map? Let's see. If you can see a particular map, yeah, this looks good. So every country here, India, China, United States of America, okay. Then we have other Australia here and all this Russia here and all those people. So there are a lot of people inside this country, guys. Okay, if you take India, there are a lot of people inside the India. Okay, in India we have a lot of people available. Okay, in India we have a lot of people available. But is everyone on the border protecting you from outside attacks? It may be United States, it may be China, it may be okay, Canada, it can be Russia, it can be Australia. Does every individual citizen in the country is staying in the border and protecting it from the outside threats that are happening? Tell me, guys. No, right? Not everyone is doing that. Not everyone is actually a soldier here. Not everyone is a soldier. Only few people will become a soldier who are really interested in that soldier side, and they have to even qualify also at the same time, depending on the countries in which they want to become a soldier. Okay. They have to become a soldier somehow. Okay. Fine. That's all good. So far, that is all good, guys. Okay. Now, the thing here is, here I'll call the XPath also as a soldier. Okay. I'll compare the XPath as what? I will compare the XPath expression also as a soldier is. In terms of locators, XPath expressions, in terms of locators, they are like soldiers. There may be some situations that will come where either neither ID will come into picture, neither name can help you in locating the element, name locator cannot help you in locating the element, then class name cannot help you in locating the element, then link text locator cannot help the Selenium in locating the elements. Even CSS also sometimes it will not be able to locate the elements. Very rare possibilities. Most of the cases CSS will locate. Okay. But in some cases where CSS also cannot locate. ID locator cannot locate, name locator cannot locate, class name locator cannot locate, link text locator cannot locate, even CSS also cannot locate. What is the final option? That final option looks like a soldier or not for us. Final protector in finding the elements, right? That's what I'm comparing with soldiers here, so that you can remember. Why soldiers will only be there in the borders? Why not everyone? Because soldiers are more powerful than us. They are kind of trained in such a way that they can attack the enemies, okay, who are trying to come into our lands or whatever it is, countries and all, okay? So similarly, XPath expressions are such kind of things that can look at almost all elements on the web pages. Okay, whatever the ID cannot locate, whatever the name cannot locate, whatever the class name cannot locate, whatever the link text locators cannot locate, whatever the CSS selectors cannot locate, the final savior like soldiers are like XPath expressions, guys, which are very powerful in locating the elements. But as per the priority there at the end, I'll tell you that reasons again. But the final options we have, which will not leave any element from not getting located, is nothing but XPath expressions. So final thing is XPath expressions. How to create the XPath expressions? Very simple, guys. The same way that you have done with the CSS selectors, you can go with the XPath expressions. For example, you inspect this text area field again. The same text area field I'll take as an example. Right click here. Again, go to the copy. Here, instead of selecting copy selector, here copy XPath. What do you have to select, guys? Right click on the HTML code of that particular text area field, then copy and copy XPath. Everyone type in the chat box. Right click on the text area field, copy and copy XPath, guys. You have to type copy XPath. Okay, you have to write select copy XPath. Okay. Earlier you selected for CSS, you selected copy selector. Now this time for XPath, copy XPath. That's it. Now come back here. Here I'll write XPath expression locator for text area field. What is that? I paste here. This is how it looks like. You see, do you see any similarity here? No, right? It has different symbols. It has different symbols being. It has greater than symbols being used. It has some forward slash symbols being used. Okay, but copy options are same. Copy selector, copy XPath like that we'll use. But the kind of thing, it's not exact same. It has different symbols. Hashtag symbol is coming here. Hash symbol is coming here. Greater than symbol is coming. Don't worry about that. I'll teach you that in detail sessions in the upcoming days. Okay, but for now, how to auto generate them using the Google Chrome Dev Tools is something we are looking at here. Okay, this is how we can create an XPath. And now come back here and go to the test here and create new test. And here I'll say XPath expression locator demo.
So, so what happened? Sometimes the copy paste XPath expression doesn't work. I think we need to go in more deep and dive for that XPath.
Yes, correct. For that, you have to learn XPath expressions in depth by yourself. You see, you should not be using any tools or any auto generation facilities. Okay, you have to write on the fly. Okay, I'll show you how to write the expressions on the fly. For example, if I have to write a XPath expression on the fly, I can write it. Okay, just see here what I can do here. I'll try to take.
If you teach that parent-child concept and the XPath expression, I think that would be good for the
Yes,
to find
not now. Once we go to Selenium automation, point of time I'll cover that. Okay. So here, by looking at this HTML code, I can type. I don't want to right click here and say copy and copy XPath. Rather, I want to create my own. So how do I create my own? For example, you see, you will not understand what I am doing here, but try to understand what I am trying to do. Okay. Here we have an ID like HTML11. Some ID is there. I'll take that ID. Control F /div @ID is equal to give that ID of some other parent element. Under that ID, somewhere here we have the div tag. Okay, I'll say /div slash text area. Is it locating? Is it locating whatever the XPath I created? Is that locating or not? 1 of 1, and this is locating the text area field. How did I create on the fly? Because I know how to create the XPath expressions from scratch. That we have to learn. The basics of XPath expressions you have to learn. That I'm going to cover later. That's what is the question that she was asking. Okay, but in real time, we have to be our own. We have to be master of XPath expression. But for now, we are not doing. For a while, we are not doing until we it is really required. We'll not touch base that. Okay, when time comes, I'll touch base that. Okay, I'll touch base that here because we are only learning the locators at a high level. So we are taking the help of this kind of auto generation stuff like right click here. By default, you don't have to install any add-ons or extensions. Simply copy and copy XPath. You got the XPath expression and you pasted it here already. right? And this is a final savior in some cases where CSS selector doesn't work. The final option we have is a XPath expression because they are very powerful. Okay. Add, and here I'll write the code to see whether that is working or not in the same fashion. Then set window size 1500 x 780. Okay, and just giving some numbers randomly. And here I'll say type. Here XPath is equal to, like CSS is equal to, we have to give XPath expression also. See, sorry, I'll just XPath is equal to, and I'll just copy this XPath expression, guys, that I pasted here. And intentionally I'm pasting here. I'll tell you what's the reason. Here when I'm pasting that, yeah, that looks good only. Okay. Now see whether it is okay. It's not. I cannot do that anything. I'll not type anything. I will clear for clearing. I'm not giving any value here. You understand, right? Already with CSS selector, I told you. Again, the same XPath is equal to give that value. Okay, give that value, and here type Arun Motori, and see with the help of XPath, we are able to locate that text area field and clear the text, and all these things are happening or not. Let's see. It's still loading. The page is still loading. Yes, the page is still loading. After the page loads, clear, and my name has been typed. It's working, right? Yes, for every element we can find XPath because XPath, it's kind of final thing, right? So for every element you can find XPath. Now, guys, are you guys clear with all the different type of locators now? At this level, are you guys clear with all the different type of locators that we have in Selenium that we can use that we can help Selenium in finding the elements? Are you guys having at least some clarity you got about different type of locators? But the problem is, for a single element, is there a possibility of multiple locators possible? For a single element, multiple locators can be possible. You can either use ID for locating the same element, either you can use a name for locating the same element, either you can use class name locator for using the same element, you can use CSS selector for using the same element, XPath expression for using the same, that situation will come, it's possible. Okay, I'll tell you, I'll give you this situation where you see, if I inspect this drop-down field, if I inspect this drop-down field, you see it has an ID attribute, it has a name attribute, it has a class attribute. You can also right click here, copy. You can say copy selector, CSS selector will come, right click here, copy XPath, XPath expression will come. How many type of locators are possible for the single item? Tell me, guys. For this drop-down field, how many type of locators are possible? I can use any of these 5 locators. Five, right? ID locator, ID attribute value is ID locator, class attribute value is a class name locator, name attribute value is a name locator. Okay, and on the top of that, I can use CS selectors, or I can also use XPath. So which one I have to use? If these 5 types are there, should I use all the 5 types? No, only one type should be used. Only one type we have to use. So that's where the topic of priority of locators will come into picture. So locators priority. Now you know how to locate the elements with different type of locators and what the locators are and all, how to generate them at a high level, okay, at the basic level. But now the topic is locators priority case. The topic is locators priority. Here, the first priority should be given for what? If multiple locators are possible for locating the same element, in that first priority, you have to give for what? Guys, tell me, what is the first one you have to give the priority for? Everyone type in the chat box. What is the first one? ID is the first priority. So in this case, what I will do, if I inspect this one, if I inspect this drop-down field, if I see this HTML code of the drop-down field, it has an ID. Will I go with the name, class name, CSS or XPath will I go, or I'll go with ID locator here in this case? I'll choose the ID locator only. ID is unique. It's kind of very faster when compared to other stuff. Okay. So ID is a first priority. Okay. ID is a first priority, guys, that we have to use. Then what is the next priority? Next priority is name. If ID and name are there, I'll go with ID. What if I inspect one more element? For example, here search box field, there is search text box field is there. Here it doesn't have ID. In that case, what is the solution then? If ID is not there, then what is the next priority? Then what is the next priority, guys? If ID is not there, yes, not class name priority, name. Because it's not class name locator. Name locator is the next priority. Is that clear? Because class is not the next priority because everyone other people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, got it right. Name locator is the next priority. Okay. Here name is there, class is there, You can also copy the selector, CSS selector, and you can copy the XPath expression. But still, we have to go with the name locator as per the priority terms. Okay, fine. That is also clear. Then if ID is not there, name is not there. There may be some situations where ID will not be there, name will not be there. What is the situation? For example, if I inspect this drop-down button, if I inspect this button, just look at the HTML code of the button. Does it have an ID attribute? Tell me guys, does it have an ID attribute so that I can use that value of the ID attribute as the ID locator? Does it have any ID attribute? Yes or no? No. Does it have the name attribute? Does it have the name attribute? Yes or no? No. But does it have the class attribute? Does it have the class attribute? Yes. Can I use this as a class name locator? Can I use this value as a class name locator? Yes. Apart from the class name locator, I can also get copy, selector, copy, XPath. 3 type of locators are possible. In that, which locator I have to give the priority? Class name or CSS or XPath? Class name. Okay, that should be the priority. Okay, that should be the priority, correct. If ID is not there, name is not there, last name is not there, if that is a hyperlink having some text between the tags, then I can go with the link text. So I'll show you that example also. I'll go with the jQuery UI link. I'll inspect that link. Just see the HTML code. Does it have any ID attribute? Yes. Does it have any ID attribute? No. Does it have any name attribute? No. Does it have any class attribute? Class attribute? No. Is that a hyperlink? Is that a hyperlink? Is this a hyperlink? Yes. There is some text between the anchor tags of the hyperlink. Is there any text between the anchor tags of the hyperlink? Then I can use this as a link text locator. So, and along with the link text locator, I can also use copy, selector, CSS selector I can use, copy, XPath. XPath expression also I can use. 3 locators are still possible for this locator, anchor tag. But which one I have to give the priority? Link text locator or CSS selector locator or XPath expression? Which one I have to give the priority? Tell me guys in the chat. Which one I have to give the priority here? Link text, you are right. Okay. Though multiple locators are possible, if ID, name, class name are not possible, then we'll have go to the link text and okay. So here DOM, ignore this guys. Okay, we cannot use DOM in Selenium ID or Selenium WebDriver to locate the elements. Now DOM can be used by JavaScript. Okay, so this is a old diagram. In the beginning days of my career, I have written that, but DOM we cannot use. Okay, so anyhow, XPath will solve all your problems. There is no need of going for DOM anyhow. Okay, so fine. CSS. Then if the link text is also not there, there may be some situations where ID will not be there, name locator will not be there, class name locator will not be there, link text locator will not be there. Then other 2 things left out are what? Other 2 things that are left out are what? CSS and XPath expressions. Okay. So I'll just give you some example for that. What was the example? Text area field only, right? Right click, inspect here. This is HTML code. This is HTML code of the text area field. Does it have an ID? No. Does it have any name locator? No. Does it have any class attribute for class name locator? No. Is that a hyperlink? The text between the tags, if I have to use, it should be an hyperlink. It's a text area field. I cannot use as a link text locator. Then what are the 2 other possibilities possible here? What are the 2 other possibilities possible here? CSS selectors and XPath expression. Right click, copy, selector, right click, copy, XPath. Which one we have to choose? Tell me guys, which one we have to choose? CSS or XPath? CSS or XPath? Tell me. Which one? CSS selector or XPath expression? Tell me which one I have to use give the highest priority. Yeah, Jesse is saying XPath expression. What about others? Srija is saying CSS selectors. Anyone else want to try? Try to give the answers. Be interactive, guys. No matter whether it is wrong, right or wrong. We are almost came to the end of the session. Just be active now. Okay, we'll be done. So some people are saying XPath expression. Some people are saying CSS selectors. Let me explain the story. Okay, you need to understand the story. Which one has the highest priority is a question. Here, this side I'll write CSS selectors. This side we'll write the XPath expressions. Why CSS selectors have the highest priority over XPath expressions, or why XPath expressions may have the highest priority of CSS? I'll tell you. Earlier, what used to happen, I'll tell you guys. Okay, when compared to XPath expressions, CSS selectors are a bit faster. Okay, which one is faster? XPath expression is faster in locating the elements, or CSS selector is faster in locating the elements? Which one? Tell me guys, which one is faster? CSS selectors are bit faster. It's not completely faster, a bit faster. Okay. Just that 1 second gap, or very small difference, guys. Okay, let's say you are taking a marathon. Let's say you are taking a marathon here, and this is the ending point. Okay, you touched the line, and another guy is almost here, almost here. It's not like here. It's not here. The other guy is here, guys, almost there, near to the line. Which one is faster? We say this person or this person. Who is faster? This person is faster. Does that mean that this particular person is slower? Can you say that this person is slower when compared to this person? When compared to this person is slower than this person, bit slower, not completely slower. When you compare this one with this one, 100% you can say it's very slow. But here, can you say that it's slow? Independently, can you say it's slow? This is CSS selector. This is XPath expression. Got it, guys? How much difference is there? Minute difference, almost near to the end line. That much speed there. Both are faster only. Both are faster. But when compared, right, CSS selectors are a bit faster. Got it? And someone will say that CSS selectors are very fast. That doesn't mean that XPath expressions are slow. Understood, guys? Both are fast. XPath expressions will fastly locate the elements. CSS selectors will fastly locate the elements. But compared to CSS selectors, XPath expressions are a bit slow. Or compared to XPath expressions, CSS selectors are a bit faster. That doesn't mean that they are slow. Both are faster only, but bit faster. Here, that's the reason I am writing in the diagram here. Bit faster, a bit slower than CSS selectors. Okay, than CSS selectors, they are a bit slower. But can you consider this point for giving the priority for CSS selectors? Guys, can you give this differentiation as a point for considering that? Can you give this differentiation as a point for considering that CSS have the highest priority because of this bit fasterness? Can you consider that? The answer is no. Speed is not the issue here. What is the issue? If speed is not the issue, what is the issue? The issue is with the browsers. What is the issue? Browsers. Supported browsers is the issue. Supported browsers. Okay. So what the problem here is CSS selectors supports all the browser engines. All the browser engines. It can be Chrome browser engine. It can be Firefox browser engine. It can be IE browser engine. It can be Edge browser engine. It can be Opera browser. All the browser engines are properly supported by CSS selector. Script will not fail. But coming to XPath expressions, one of the browser engine known as IE browser engine doesn't support it properly. Doesn't support XPath expressions properly. XPath expressions may rarely fail. I'm not saying every time. XPath expressions will rarely fail in the IE browser when you try to run the scripts. But considering the earlier situations, IE was one of the main browser. Considering the earlier days, IE was the main browser. IE was the main browser earlier days. But now, is IE being used in the market? It already got deprecated, guys. It's already got deprecated. Is the Internet Explorer browser being used by the people in day-to-day lives, in the latest Windows operating system or something? Instead, what we are using, Edge browser we are using. I told you, right, all this stuff. So, IE browser engine doesn't support XPath expressions, but in our Selenium automation scripts, we are not going to run our Selenium automation scripts on IE browser. Again, is this a point nowadays? Earlier, it was a point because CSS selectors also used to support the IE browser in a proper way. XPath expressions, sometimes randomly, they used to fail in the IE browser. That was the case for the people to consider CSS selectors as the highest priority over the XPath expressions in the olden days. But what is the current situation? Whatever the IE browser I am saying, right, that is no more existing in the market. It's no more existing. No one is using that. And remaining all browsers, XPath expressions and CSS properly supporting. Okay, remaining browsers, XPath expressions and CSS selectors are property. All browser engines are properly supporting CSS selectors and XPath expressions for locating the elements. Now tell me, do you see any difference here? That bit faster doesn't make any difference. Bit slower doesn't make any difference. Browser doesn't make any difference now. Earlier it used to make a difference because the IE browser CSS selectors used to support well. XPath expressions not supported well. Now when you compare, there's no much difference. Both should be of the same priorities. In my case, in my view, both should have the same priority. Same priority. Okay. both have the same priority, but some people will not accept. Okay, in real time, people are not updated with this knowledge, and they still feel that they have some assumptions in their mind. Okay, they are working on projects very long time. They were using CS selectors as a highest priority locators. So we should not fight with the people in whatever the company we join. If they are using CS selectors as a highest priority or XPath, you can use CS because they have the same priority. Either you can use CSS or XPath, doesn't matter. Whether you use CSS or XPath, doesn't matter. Okay, just try to identify like how they are writing the scripts. Are they using CSS over XPath or XPath over CSS? You write. Just see that, observe that after you join the companies. If they are using CSS, go with the CSS, no problem. If they're using XPath, go with XPath, no problem. Don't have to worry that, oh, sorry, I should not be using XPath. I have to use CSS first, then I have to go for the XPath. It's not like that, guys. I personally prefer XPath, guys. Okay, if you ask me personally, I'll directly go with XPath expressions. I'll not go with CS selectors because they are very powerful. There's no possibility of missing locating of an element. But coming to CSS selectors, they are also good. But I like doing with XPath. I like working with XPath more than CSS. Okay. In some cases, I may prefer to go with CSS also, but most of the cases I prefer XPath as highest priority over CSS. But some people will prefer CSS over XPath. Some people will prefer XPath over CSS. That confusion will be there always. Don't fight anywhere. Okay. These are not the real conditions to see that CS has highest priority over XPath. These are all the assumptions people have that CS selectors are faster than XPath. How much faster? A small difference. For that, you don't have to go and do a debate, right? Okay, CSS selectors are not supported by IE browser engine. Who is using the IE browser engine nowadays? Okay, both are same now. Earlier, you can give these reasons why CSS selectors were having the highest priority over the XPath expressions. But nowadays, people can directly use XPath expressions and they can ignore the CSS selectors. But for knowledge purpose, you have to learn both. For knowledge purpose, you have to learn both, guys. Because in some companies, they still use CSS selectors over the XPath expression. They are in the same old notation. Okay. Even though XPath expressions are enough, they'll go for CS selectors. That's okay. We'll not fight anywhere. Okay. It's okay to be. I'll simply say they both have the same priority. Whatever you want to use, you can use. Okay. But I prefer to use XPath expressions over CS selectors. Got it, guys? Is the concept clear between CSS and XPath? They have the same priority. Okay, they have the same priority. Okay, you can use any of these things, no problem. If ID locator is not there, if name locator is not there, XPath is not there, ID locator is not there, name locator is not there, class name locator is not there, link text locator is not there, then final saviors are CSS selectors and XPath expressions. I personally prefer XPath expressions over CSS, but in your company, if they're using CSS or XPath, you just follow the company rules, but personally, you can use XPath over CSS. Okay, fine, all good. So everyone, yes.
So one question.
Yes, please.
Sometimes browsers, sometimes applications elements change, right? Every time we run. So in that situation, which locator is effective?
If something changes, right, XPath expressions are better one. And in that XPath, we have two types, absolute and relative. We can go with relative. Okay.
Okay.
So all the things are best only. Okay. You cannot say application changes means what is changing. You cannot say, right? At a high level, you cannot say what is changing, right? So if the ID attribute is still same, you see another attribute value is changed, but ID attribute value is still same. We can use the same ID locator there. Still, it's perfect. Okay. If I have the possibility where something changes, if the same ID is there, I'll go with ID only. I'll not go with XPath. In XPath, if you ask me, there are two types, absolute and relative. Okay, that I'll cover later when the time comes. Okay, in that we have to go with relative to make it more reliable. Okay. Okay, if they are asking you what is faster, CSS selectors are faster, a bit faster you have to say. Okay, you have to explain that way. Okay, so for for Jyoti, they are asking for Jyoti, she got an interview question like which one is faster, CSS or XPath? CSS are faster. CSS are faster, correct. Okay. Even more depth questions will come that I'll cover in the upcoming sessions. Don't worry. Dom, you
So
can.
what's the reason? Can we give if we say CSS selector is faster, then what's the reason we can give? What I mean, why?
Because of the reasons. There is no particular answer for that why CSS selectors are faster than XPath expression. The way the CSS selector uses the technology for locating the element internally is something different from the what XPath expression strategy of locating the elements is different technically. Okay, we cannot go there. You see what CSS selectors use for locating the elements? With the help of CSS, cascading style sheets, the styling concept it will use to locate the elements. XPath is nothing but XML path. It was originally defined for XMLs. To traverse through the XML tags or HTML tags, since HTML also looks like XML, they created XPath expressions. Okay, the technologies are different. Here, CSS selectors are based on CSS technology, XPath expressions are based on XML technology. Which one is faster? The CSS way is faster technically. Okay, how it is faster, I cannot do. We cannot dig deep there. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Rahul. Rahul Ranjan is asking me one good question. That is a really good question. That is, there are some legacy systems, web applications which open in IE browser in which we don't find HTML code. Can we automate that kind of applications using Selenium? Okay, so why you'll not find HTML code in that legacy applications? What type of applications they are, Rahul?
Actually, sir, in my company, we have one application where I tried to automate that application using Selenium, but I was not, when I tried to inspect the elements, I'm not able to see the HTML code actually.
Where you are going to stop, HTML code itself is not coming?
No.
Are you able to
That
right click
application-
and select inspect option?
Sorry, I was not getting the option of inspect only.
Okay. In that case, what you have to do in that kind of applications is, for example, if I take you to this HDFC bank, you tell me whether it is matching or not. Okay. Your case is matching or not. Okay. I'll tell you. Just let me open the HDFC bank. And if I want to right click on this apply, I'm not able to right click. Are you having the same
Yeah.
problem?
No, I'm able to right click, but the option of inspect is not coming.
Okay. If the option of inspect is not coming, you forcibly press F12 key on your keyboard. Check whether you are getting this Chrome DevTools at least.
Okay.
Then here, an option will be there on the left side. Can you see the option here?
Yes, yes.
Select that option and hover the mouse on the required element and see whether you are able to locate or not the HTML code. This you try and let me know.
Okay, yes.
Okay. If not, then I'll explain. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So anyhow, I thought Rahul was asking me a different question. What if my project is using a legacy application where it runs on the IE browser? Which one should be given the highest priority? Now tell me. If in your application, if that application has to run still on the legacy browsers like IE browser and all still, then which one you have to give the highest priority, CS or XPath? If IE browser is there in your automation list, then which one should be given the highest priority? Tell me everyone in the chat box. Yes, definitely you have to directly blindly go for CSS selectors. Okay. If IE browser is in your list of browsers, don't say same priority. CSS selectors highest priority over the XPath. If IE browser is not there in your list because it got deprecated by Microsoft company, and if your application is not a legacy application, then both have the same priority. But if your application is a legacy application and it still runs in the IE browser in older operating systems or whatever it is, then you have to go with the CSS selectors as a S priority. Depending on your situation, the things will change. Okay, that you have to understand. Now, fine. The final thing that I want to cover, guys, I have taken a lot of time, I know, but final thing, because I want to cover it as a go. Okay, I want to cover this locators topic today at any cost. That's the reason I have done this. So fine, selectors hub is the tool we have in the market. So here, till now, did I use any selectors hub kind of tool for locating by creating auto-generating the XPath expressions and CS selectors? Did I use any tool so far? The answer is no, right? What did I use? The default Chrome DevTools I have used. I inspected one of the element and then selected the HTML code, right click on the HTML code, copy selector, or right click, say copy XPath. Like that, I got the XPath expressions and CS selectors that I have pasted here already. Does they look big or not? Does they look kind of big or not? Yes or no? Do you think these are very optimized? No, they are not optimized because Google Chrome DevTool is not a specialized tool for creating the locators for you. That's the reason. Okay, we have one person who has innovated this add-on or extension which works well that is Selenium ID. I'll remove this, guys. I'll remove from my Chrome browser. Okay, that's Selenium ID tool, because I've never explained you. So it's better I start from scratch. Okay, so open any new tab. Close all this stuff, guys. For a while, just close all this stuff. Don't worry. Close all this stuff. Just restart the browser once after uninstalling. This particular thing doesn't have any selector sub add-on. Okay, you have to install an add-on, browser add-on. Okay, known as selector sub. Type selector sub, or go to the website of selector sub, or just search for selector sub, whatever it is. You'll get the official website of selector sub, like with this logo. Click on that. You'll be taken to the home page of selector sub. Okay, you'll be taken to the home page of the selector sub. So here, see, there are different type of ambassadors. You see, I'm also part of this. You see, I'm also there here. Okay, I'm also an ambassador of Selector, because that is a very good tool. Okay, it's not like, since I'm an ambassador, I'm just I'm not the owner of this, but I'm an ambassador of this. Lot of content creators that are there in the market are supporting this. You see, all the big people in the market are supporting this selector sub. Why? Because it saves a lot of time and all those stuff, and the kind of locators it will generate also is good. So let's talk about that later. But for now, you understand. Coming to the selector sub, there are other tools also from the selector sub, like Test Case Studio, Testing Daily. We can discuss this later whenever we have time. But for now, first one is selector sub. Just click on that selector sub card and you'll be taken to this page. Okay, where if you scroll down, you'll get all these install options. This UI may change here. Sometimes the owner of this website, that is Sanjay Kumar, who is going to take some session for us in the coming days. Okay, I'll ask Sanjay to take one session for our evening batch. He'll come for us. Okay, so till then, don't worry. So here, which browser I am using currently? What is the browser I am currently using? Chrome browser, right? So you can also install this selector sub in Firefox, Edge, Opera, Brave, Chromium, Tor. You see, IE is not there because ID already got deprecated, so no one is using ID. So click on Chrome, install. Then you will be taken to the Google Chrome Web Store. Then you will be taken to the Google Chrome Web Store where you have this selector sub, and you just click on Add to Chrome. In a while, this Chrome extension will be added to your browser. Add extension. By default, the browser will not come with this extension, guys. This functionality, it will not be there in the browser. Once you add it to Chrome, then you say selector sub has been added to the Chrome, and they are taking you to some welcome page, Test Case Studio. Okay, you can learn free tool to generate manual test case and screenshots. Many things they are try to promote and all. So they are taking to some websites. That's okay. So I already have added here. I'll just pin it so that you can see it here. Okay. Now once that is done, now restart the browser again. Once the extension is installed in your Chrome browser, restart the browser again, guys. Restart the browser again and go to the same application, omai.blogspot.com. Simply right click on this text area field. Right click on the text area field, select selector sub, and you see ID is coming, name is coming, many things are coming. I'll just say copy relative XPath you have to copy, or relative CSS selectors you have to copy. Copy the relative CSS selectors here, paste it under that. Which one is better, guys? This one is better or this one is better? Which one looks more simple and switch? The one that is generated from the Google Chrome DevTools is better by right clicking copy, or that one is given by selector sub is better? Don't say relative. I'm not asking about relative. Okay. This is also something. This is also something. Okay. Which one's XPath expression is better? Google Chrome's XPath, Google Chrome DevTools XPath expression, CSS selector is better, or selector sub generated, auto-generated CSS selectors are better? Selector sub. That's the reason we use. And not only that, right click on this and say selector sub, copy relative XPath. Okay, there is copy XPath in that Chrome DevTools. I'll just come here and paste it here and see. You see, it may look very lengthy, but it's kind of very good. Normalized space is equal to cat was playing. With the help of text, it has taken. Okay. So here also XPath is better. I'll show you a few more examples so that to conclude. For this button, for example, if I have to right click and select inspect option for this button too. And here, I'll right click here and copy selector, come back here. Here I'll write somewhere here, okay? Freshly I'll write. Here I'll copy paste. Hash BUT2 is coming, okay? Hash BUT2 is coming here, okay? If I copy this and I'm getting a proper one only, copy Selector means hash -bd2 is coming. What if I use selector sub? Right click here in selector sub, copy relative CSS and come back here and paste it. I'm still getting the same thing. Both are good. Both are working fine for this button. Okay. Now I'll use XPath. I'll select inspect and right click here and copy XPath. I'll copy the XPath. This is like coming like this. What about CS selector sub? How it is coming? Let's see. Copy relative XPath and come back here and paste it. It's coming like this. Which one is more better? Here, attention is there to the tag name. Here, attention is not there. Okay. So selector sub are always better. Okay. So you can trust more than Google Chrome DevTools, right? Selector sub is more better. For example, I'll go with this and say, I'll try different things, guys. Don't worry. I'll try different things and see. I want to convince you that why selector sub is good. Okay, copy selector. I'll write the copy selector for different elements. You see how much big it has created. Same thing I will do with the same thing. I'll just right click here and say copy relative CSS selector and paste it here. Which one is better? Now you can clearly give your judgment out of all these examples, right? Copy XPath. Let's right click here, copy XPath, copy the XPath here. This is from Google Chrome DevTools. If I right click here, selector sub, copy relative XPath, just paste it. Which one is better, guys? Which one is better? When you try different type of elements and auto-generate the Google Chrome DevTools and auto-generate the XPath expressions and CSS selectors using Google Chrome DevTools and selector sub, which one looks better? You can clearly say that it's kind of clever, right? Selector sub is kind of giving. Yeah, I'm already getting one question. In real-time scenarios, will it depend on the company if we can use these add-ons like selector sub? Yes. If external add-ons are not allowed, you have to take the permission from your manager and then go to the IT team and get that particular extension installed. But in the coming sessions, I'm going to teach you how to create this kind of optimized XPath expressions on your own. Optimize XPath expressions or optimize CS selectors on your own, I'm going to cover. There you will become an expert. But if your company allows, you can use it or you try to take the permission. You can tell something like that. Okay. You can talk to your manager, something like this. Okay. I'm already aware of creating XPath expressions and CSS selectors from scratch by myself, but I want to save the time. I want to save the time. I want to use this extension. You don't say that I don't know how to write XPath expressions or CS selectors, so I want to use that tool. That is a wrong way of communicating with your manager. You have to put an email or go and talk to the manager saying that I already am aware of writing my own XPath expressions and CS selectors from scratch, but I want to save time. So for that reason, I would like to go with the selector sub kind of add-on. Can you give me the permission so that I can go to the IT team and get that installed in my browser? Okay. By default, your company may not allow you to install this kind of add-ons or extensions. They may restrict you as per security policies and all. But if you get a permission from your manager and all, whoever is possible, then you can get it. Okay. Clear, guys? Because selector sub is going to save a lot of time. So that when you will understand, we are going to have a separate dedicated session on selector sub by Sanjay Kumar in the coming days, where he will teach you, okay, where he will teach you, like show you practically what is the power of the selector sub in the upcoming sessions. Okay, I'll plan that soon. Or if you are in a hurry, you can go to our Google Drive. Already for batch 1, he has taken one webinar. You can also watch that meanwhile. Okay, it's up to you. Fine. So this is how we can use selector sub, guys. So now everyone good with locators, basic concepts of locators, everyone good? If I ask you guys to create a locator for any of the element, will you be able to create by looking at the HTML code or by using this Google Chrome DevTools or by using this, selector sub add-on, you will be able to create or not? Yes. So one more important point about the selector sub is, for example, this drop-down field, I'll inspect this drop-down field. And if I want to generate all the different type of locators, I can right click here and say selector sub, copy ID, copy name, copy relative. Like this I can do. Or another way is right click inspect. Currently the focus will be on elements tab. The HTML code will be displayed in the elements tab. And if you drag this side, you will see some subtabs. Under the elements, you have some subtabs like styles, computed layouts, event listeners, DOM breakouts, and some double arrows are there. If you click on that, if you have installed Selector Sub add-on in your machine, you'll get this option, Selector Sub add extension. And if you just make it big and click on this option, then you'll get all these options, guys. Okay, then you'll get all the options here. You can see all the options. Okay, you can see all the options. How many type of locators it is giving? You can choose. ID is there, name is there, ID. How many elements are getting located with the help of ID? Only one. It is a unique ID. You can copy this and use it directly. Okay. Or if you don't have ID, maybe this if ID is not there, then you can go with name. If name is not there, can go with class name. If class name is not there, you can go with the link text. Link text is not there, you can go with relative CSS or relative XPath up to you. Okay. Or if I go with another element, for example, here, if I go with this search box, will inspect that. The moment I inspect or select this HTML code on the left side, all the locators possible for this will come. ID is not coming in the list because for this ID is not possible. You see, you can copy the ID. This will save your time. Copy this and paste it wherever you want. Paste it. Okay. That's what is the name actually. Name is just cute. Okay. Then let's go with the other one. That is this button drop down field. It doesn't have ID name. It has class name. You can copy this class name and use it in your code. Okay. How simple it is. You don't have to even look into the HTML code. Directly by using Selector Sub, you can get all the options. Okay. Then if you go with this link text locator, let's say this link text jQuery UI, inspect that option. You see, ID is not there, name is not there, link text is there, partial link text is there. I'll tell you. This will be used in the partial link text command. Copy this, cancel, copy this, and come back here and write down the link text. Okay. This is the link text you have to use as a locator. For whatever the elements that are possible, it will show that kind of elements. For example, if I have to locate this text area field, inspect this. It will not have ID, it will not have name, it will not have class attribute. So class name locator is not possible. Link text is not a hyperlink, so link text is not possible. Go to Selector Sub and see. You see, only few are there. ID is not there, name is not there, class name locator is not there, link text is not there. Okay, only things that are left out are CSS or XPath. So I'll go with the CSS in this case. Let's say I'll go with the CSS selector. Okay, like this, you can create CSS selector. Clear everyone? How to use Selector Sub? Multiple ways of using CSS. Right click directly and use CSS selector, copy the XPath or whatever you want to use, or inspect this. If you want a detailed view of all the elements with answers and all, you can go to this Selector Sub and copy that. Many options are there here. You see, a lot of options are there in this add-on. That will be covered by Sanjay Kumar if required in the upcoming sessions when the time comes. Okay, not now. So everyone clear with today's topic of locators topic? Everyone is clear? Is everyone clear with the locators topic, guys? Is it easy now? What locators? But we have XPath expressions and CSS selectors we have to learn from scratch. That is not part of this session. I only wanted to cover, I only wanted to cover locators at a high level. Okay, so that we can move forward for a while. When time comes, I'll teach you XPath expressions and CSS selectors in detail. Okay, but for now, let's not dig there. Okay, let's not go there because we'll get deviated with that process. So notes are already there here. I'll ping you all the things into the Telegram later. Okay. So if everyone is clear, just type C in the chat box, guys. I would like to see how many are clear. If any questions are there, you can ask also. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions regarding today's session? Okay, so almost everyone is clear. I have got one question from Selvi. Can CSS selectors be written without using right-click copy, like how you located an element without writing element writing XPath? Yes, we can do that, Selvi. I'll show you. For example, if I'm inspecting this particular button or this particular text area field, whatever it is, text area field, let's take. Okay, the syntax will be different. I'll just reduce this. Okay, I'll inspect this again. This is the HTML code. What is the view? 100, 100 is enough. Okay. Yeah, fine. It's coming 100. Okay, done. Good. Yeah, here you see this is HTML code of the text area field, guys. The cat was playing in the garden kind of text area field. So if I have to locate that, how to locate this? Maybe I'll use this ID here. Copy this ID. the parent level. Control F, I'll write the div tag. I should not say double forward slash div tag, square bracket. Here, @ID, I have not to give, directly ID is equal to give the value. Some syntax differences will be there. In that, instead of giving double forward slash in XPath, give a space, and write down div. You see div is getting, give a space or give a greater than symbol and write text area. Like that, we can write XPath expressions by our own also. CS selectors by our own also. Okay. Similar to the way you have written XPath expressions, you can write the CS selector. Syntax will be different. Okay. Since I am teaching a lot of people from long time, all the things got captured in my subconscious mind. So I can get it on the fly. But you guys have to practice well. Okay. In the upcoming sessions, I'll take a session on XPath expressions and CS in detail. Then I'll be covering. But for now, whatever the hurdles are there for us to get started with Selenium automation, that I'm clearing one by one. So today, one of the hurdle I cleared for you. That is nothing but the locators topic. Okay, what exactly locators are and all those concepts I covered for you today. Yes. Okay, that's only the thing that I covered today. So fine. So guys, you have any other questions? So today I covered all the locators related stuff, starting from what are locators, different type of locators, HTML basics. Anyhow, in the previous sessions I covered already. Different type of locators, locators priority, selector sub for all these things I covered. Practical way, everything I covered. So anyone new to this batch? Anyone new to this batch? Today you have joined, especially today you have joined. Let me know.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Rahul here. Yeah,
Rahul, yeah, Rahul.
today is my first class.
Today is your first class. Okay.
Yes.
And Pradeep also, today is your first class, Pradeep, right? Yes, Pradeep and Rahul. Any other than Rahul and Pradeep, is there anyone who's
Yes,
who's
today is my first class.
Jesse also? Okay, 3 people.
Yes.
So for all these 3 people, I'm just giving you some guidance. Just go with this. Till now, whatever the sessions we have completed are very, kind of basic level sessions. Okay. So what you have to do is you need to do some efforts here to sync with the batch. That doesn't require that much efforts anyhow, but it's very easy. What you have to do, I'll tell you. I'll give you a solution for you. Just go to this batch 1. Okay. You are part of this batch 1 now already?
Yes.
You're part of the batch. Okay, go to the batch 1. In the batch 1 description, you will find this daily. What if the link changes? I'll update you here. Okay. Okay. And here, Google Drive link is there. Can you see the Google Drive link for the content? Copy this link. Copy link. And in your browser, whatever the browser where your registered email address is there, whatever your course registered email address is there, training registered email address is there, you paste it. I prefer Opera browser. I also recommend Opera browser for you also. And you don't have to focus on other stuff. Only focus on this batch 2 for now. Can you see the folder batch 2 here? Remaining all from batch 1. Okay. Just focus on the batch 2. Open the batch 2 folder. And here you will see some videos, another folder in the batch 2, 8 p.m. IST batch. That Selenium Java will be there. Okay. If you see that till now, I completed 10 sessions, and here first 3 sessions are introduction to Selenium, some basic high level, what Selenium is, why we have, what are the different automation tools, okay, what browsers are supported by Selenium, what are the different versions of Selenium, what is the latest version, what is the official website of Selenium, like that. In 3 videos I covered, but it will be like 2 hours duration will be there, but in 1 hour will be training, 1 hour will be doubts. Okay, so in the first hour only we'll complete this. Okay. After that, I explained about Selenium ID at a high level. Today, I showed you the Selenium ID, right? The same thing I covered. People were asking me the question, so I covered in somewhat more detail. If you want to see that, you can see that. And from 5th video onwards to the 10th video, I covered the HTML. Okay. So I initially don't recommend you to go directly from 1 to 3 and all. You start with 5 to 10. Complete from 5 to 10. After you complete 5 to 10, today's topic is anyhow clear for you. Then, 5 to 10. And after that, go with 1 to 3, then 4. Got it? That's the plan. Clear, Pradeep?
Okay.
What you have to do?
Okay.
Just go from 5 to 10 first. Complete 5 to 10. HTML only. HTML, each and every element I covered, because if you're good with HTML, right, you'll not feel Locators concept that much difficult. Very easy one. Okay. All the basics of HTML are covered. These are like additional thing only still. Okay. No one has to teach. No one will teach HTML in real time. You cannot download the videos, but these are lifetime access. Okay. These are lifetime access. So it will not go anywhere. Okay. They will be lifetime available for you. Don't have to worry. Okay. You can access and watch anytime. This link will be there with you. Not only this batch, previous batches also videos you can watch. Okay. You're not only eligible for current batch, previous batch videos also. If you want to, if you have some time, if you want to learn in advance, you can go like this. Okay. So currently you can focus only on the batch 2. Don't worry about the previous batches and all. The batch 2, you complete from 5 to 10. And after 5 to 10 is completed, if you have time, go with 1 to 3. And 4 is optional. If you want, you can do. Otherwise, you can ignore also. Whatever I covered with the Selenium ID today, that is also enough. But if you want to know about that more detail, you can go with Selenium ID. In all the sessions, right, first hour will be training, another 1 hour will be, except today's session, all the other previous, right, only 1 hour will be there. Even the duration will be 2 hours, don't get daunted. Try to watch them in 1.5x speed or something, then it will be very faster way you can cover the things. Okay. So everyone clear? Jesse, Pradeep, and who is the other one?
Sir, Rahul.
Rahul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rahul, Jesse, and Pradeep. So if that is clear, I want you to watch this in your free time. Okay. And get single batch. Okay. So fine. Yes, Rahul. You have any questions, Rahul?
No, sir.
No?
Thank you.
Okay. Fine. So anyone have any other questions? So guys, anyone, the people who are new to the batch, while going through the videos, if you stuck anywhere, let me know. I'll explain you at the end of the section. No worries. Okay. It may be anything, future, past, current. Don't worry. Any type of questions you can ask me. There's nothing to, worry about here. If that is a very simple question also, I'll cover that. Okay. Don't worry. So try to utilize and try to them and try to ask any questions. Okay. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Arun sir. Yeah,
Azhar.
hi. Arun sir, can you hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you. Azhar.
Arun sir, actually, I want to inspect one web page. Okay, in that web page, it is not at all allowing me to inspect, sir.
Hmm.
The web
Okay.
page is like it's a trading view. Can you able to open, sir, if possible?
Indoor trading view.
Yeah, just tradingview.com.
I know.
Uh,
I think it
and
will take you to indoor trading view only. I think so. 1 minute.
okay, sir.
Trading view.
Like actually, I want to develop one application like this, sir. Like, can you just guide me? How can I do this? Uh,
Okay.
yeah, here. Can you open anything, sir? Like here, the Bitcoin is there. No, below search button,
Ah,
Bitcoin chart.
okay.
Can you open this chart?
Okay.
Actually, I have one strategy. In that strategy, I want to automate this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but when I'm trying to inspect,
Mm.
it's in the chart. I want to right click, sir, but it's not showing
Mm.
anything inspect
So
option. So
the problem with Selenium is it will not automate this kind of analytics kind of stuff.
okay, sir.
That is one of the thing that Selenium cannot do. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it
Okay, sir.
cannot automate images or video play buttons will be there on the videos, right? That kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Captcha,
Yes,
security
sir. Yes, sir.
captcha will be there, right? And also this kind of analytics, graphs, charts, analytics, all this cannot be automated with the help of Selenium. Okay. I don't think we have such kind of tools, okay, to do that. Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is.
This has
Oh,
to be done
okay.
from the programming side rather than using Selenium automation, right? The strategy you have to build, right? You have to go with the programming side basically. But I don't think this other things you can do. For example, here, save is there. If you are getting right click option means then you are able to do. See, right click also is not coming. Secured application.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what I was looking. Then I thought of asking you because yeah.
Yeah, control F12. F12 key I'm pressing. Let's see any Chrome dev tools will come here at least. Then
Okay,
I'll
sir.
try
Yeah.
to select this and you know. Yeah, I can select this one. Okay. This one I can
Yeah.
select. And
But the thing is, na sir, inside the chart is there, na sir, that green color, red color candle. Those items I have to inspect.
you see, entire
Uh,
element it's taking as a whole, not a single thing, right? This
yes,
entire
sir.
box
Because
thing is in
yes, sir.
canvas.
Because
Canvas cannot be
okay.
automated. Canvas, right? This cannot be automated. Okay. So in that case, how to automate canvas? Let's ask ChatGPT. Is there any tool in the market to automate the canvas? Something like
Sir,
that.
and one more thing, Arun, sir. The data, whatever we are seeing, no, sir, it's a live data. So maybe because of that also it is happening, sir. Like I'm not sure.
Maybe that may be also a reason. Things keep changing, right? It will not be static, right? But there are some people who create such kind of strategies, okay? So they have technical teams, but I don't know how they will do, but there are some ways. Okay, we have Selenium WebDriver is not doing. Maybe other things they are saying, but I don't think so. Since Canvas is a web application, many applications might be asynchronous. Ajax calls will be there. Okay. Okay. Unable to automate trading view application which contains stock market related graphs and charts. A lot of things. Contains dynamic. It's very challenging to do that stuff. And also that is a real application, right? Automating such kind of application, again, it will be very difficult because security reasons they'll not allow. Then, but not impossible. General approach from trading view, choose the right order. Select a test automation tool that supports web application testing and scalable and interacting with dynamic elements. Like maybe you can try other automation tools like Cypress or something. I don't know. You have to do a POC on that. If Selenium WebDriver, I think it will not be possible. Jesse, yes, you have to say anything?
I don't have access to this Google Drive links. I just sent a request. So please give me
You
an
don't
access
have
to
the
that.
access for what? You joined just recent, right? I'll give you the access. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No issues.
Access,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I think I already got the message from Javed, but I didn't provide.
Okay.
Okay. That's pending. I'll provide you. Okay. By night, I will
Okay. No
provide.
issues.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Fine. Fine.
Hi, sir. I have one question.
Yes.
I want to know for SDET roles or for product-based companies, what should we prepare? I mean,
Yeah, SDET is all about 70% testing and 70% QA and 30% development. You will not be doing the entire development, but suppose for small issues also you are going to developers, right? That should be avoided. Okay, that kind of level is enough. That will become an SDET role. You should be good with APIs, API testing. Sometimes you have to create your own APIs. Okay, you have to create APIs in small APIs. At least you have to create some small bug fixes. You should be able to do. Then you are good to go with SDET role. Got it?
okay, sir, but how?
That
I
is
mean,
nothing
from
like
where
that.
to start and till where
Start
we
with,
need to
you
learn?
have to be good with automation, good with all the automation first. Okay. Then after the automation, you go for API stuff, API, then, try to be good with the technologies. Technologies aspect you have to be good with, and then you go with the development side slowly. First testing will come, then development will come in this process. Got it, Rahul?
Yes. Okay, sir.
I'll try to arrange one session from a real, an existing SDET role person the coming days.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what exactly SDET skill set is required, right, you just follow this channel, Automation Reinvented. Okay, Automation Reinvented.blogspot.com. I'll post this in the WhatsApp group. Yesterday also I posted, I guess so. So since you have joined today, yeah, this is a website. I'm pinged in the WhatsApp group. You can take it from there. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Java SDET. You see, you'll get all the information what you have to know and all how to, you have to become more technical. That's it. Nothing much. It is not a, there is no silver bullet for like how to you see, if you ask me how to learn English, how to talk confidently in English, can I give you any suggestions there? You have to keep trying and keep speaking in English, and and the way you do and with confidence and all, at some point of time, your English will become good. Similarly, to become an SDET also, your technical skills should naturally become good for a period of time. Okay, all technical stuff you have to keep on learning step by step. So what is required for SDET and all, what kind of mindset should be there? I'll try to arrange one session. Okay, so you should have the complete architecture of the application. That kind of thing you have to keep going. There's no limit for SDET. Okay, in SDET also you have levels: level 1, level 2, level 3 SDET, level 4 SDET. Okay, higher level SDETs are there. So it all depends on how much skill set you have in SDET area. Okay. Yeah, in the coming days, as part of our training sessions, I'll somehow will try to make you guys SDET guys. Don't worry. I'll make you non-tech to tech anyhow. Okay. Don't worry. Try to attend the weekend non-tech to tech series. Okay. There I'm going to take a lot of topics. We'll do R&D together and go in the direction of SDET. Okay. Apart from these weekdays, right? On weekends also, I'm conducting one session on non-tech to tech series from 2:30 p.m. to whatever the time it takes. In that session, right, I generally cover the non-tech to tech stuff, including HTML, CSS, JavaScript in depth. Okay. Then other technologies one by one. Okay. Including Java also maybe there. Okay. The coming days. So all this technical stuff will go in depth. So try to attend the weekend 2:30 p.m. sessions. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. For everything we have a solution, guys. Don't worry. We'll have some webinars also will be conducted by real-time people who are already serving the SDET roles. They'll also guide you what to do. I'll invite one of the
Yeah.
guys.
Hi Arun sir, sorry for the interruption, sir.
Yeah,
Actually,
Azhar.
power cut, so I went out, sir.
No problem, no problem. Tell me, Azhar.
Sir, what is this, sir? Like you are showing this one?
Which one?
Yeah, yeah, I can see your screen. Sir, this one, what is the solution, sir? Is there? I missed what you were
I
saying,
don't
sir.
think
Sorry.
there is a particular solution. You have to do some POC. I never tried this kind of stuff. Okay. But
Okay,
maybe
okay,
you
sir.
have to
Fine, sir.
go with Cypress or something. You try with Cypress. Maybe JavaScript will be there in Cypress because JavaScript is more interactive,
Okay,
right?
okay, sir.
When compared to
Fine, sir.
Selenium,
Thank you.
right? Use Selenium commands may not interact. Maybe JavaScript DOM related stuff will be there, right? That area you
Yes.
touch base. Maybe you can get a solution. I'm thinking, okay, in that area.
Okay, okay. Fine, sir. Sir, and this next thing, what it is, sir? Like this automation reinvented. What was it, sir? You are talking about this
Automation
SDET.
reinvented is all about the person has asked me about the SDET role. If you have aiming for SDET role, right? So from where
Yes,
you
sir.
have to learn. So I was
Okay.
telling him that 70% QA skill should be there and 30% development skill and even 10%, 20% development also can be there and more of the skills will be testing in the initial days. Slowly, when your levels of SDET will increase, right, in your company and all, slowly will be promoted to the next levels in SDET. Okay, where you'll be doing 90% of development and 10% of testing also may happen. Okay, in this last weekend, right? This Sunday, I think so. We had a session with one person known as Rajan. Okay,
Yes, sir. I was there, sir. The
he
pipeline
was
thing,
there,
right,
na?
sir?
You understood,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
CI/CD pipeline thing. He told us everything, right? What is SDET and all. Okay, that session
Yes, sir.
is very, you can
Useful,
clearly
sir. Yeah.
understand. There's no particular, that is just a fashionable word. Okay, SDET is a
Yes.
fashionable word being used by the people. If even I go and write SDET, right? Everyone will look. Okay, if I write CEO of a very small company, does it matter? I can write
No, sir.
CEO. Still, your eyes will be on my CEO. Okay, this guy is a CEO. Okay, like that. Similarly, the automation engineers and test engineers are nowadays writing SDET engineer. Okay, so because of their
Okay, sir.
writing like that, right, we feel them. Okay, this guy is very technical. May not be any matter, but they'll be writing like that. Okay, so just a fancy thing. Okay, fancy thing. There are real people also. It doesn't mean that the real people are not there. SDET real people are there, but everyone is using SDET. Okay, whether they're into SDET or not, they're using and confusing everyone there. But SDET
Yeah,
is like have some
yes, sir.
developments.
Because one of my friend was there. He was saying SDET role, but I
Hmm.
asked him in your office what you are doing. Means he was just doing only manual testing.
Yeah, how can it be SDET then?
He
You
itself
see?
he itself doing promotion, sir, for him. I'm SDET.
Yeah. Yes. That's what is the problem. Some companies are fooling by giving the promotions like SDET, even though they are working on manual part. Okay. So because they
Yes.
want to get the clients or whatever the reasons may be why they are putting that roles. But, to get that badge, right, we should be, good for that.
Capable.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Capable for that. Okay. Just
Yes.
getting a badge and you are nothing worth. What is the use? Okay. There's no use. Okay. So, but this kind of websites you try to refer, Automation Reinvented. I'll try to bring this person, Siddharth Shukla, his name is. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'll talk to this person. I'll try to bring him onto the board and just try to take a webinar for us on SDET role and what is our plan and all. Okay. So with
Sure,
that
sir.
person, I think we'll be able to. And also you can follow this person, some YouTube videos and everything given by the person is already there. You don't have to wait for the webinar. Try YouTube channel, try Siddharth and go to his YouTube channel. Maybe some YouTube video I seen somewhere. Okay. Of Siddharth Shukla. Siddharth Shukla SDET. Okay. Write that and see some videos maybe there. Videos. Yeah, how to become an SDET from automation QA. Already clear video is there, 13 minutes. Skills you need to become an SDET. Watch this video. Okay. And copy this video in the group. Okay. You can watch
Sure,
this
sir.
video. That will help you out. Okay. I'll also bring that person for a webinar so that you can ask a lot of personal questions also. Okay. How to,
Sure, sir,
grow in
sure,
your
sir,
career
yeah.
and all those stuff. Okay. He's working for Amazon. So it's very good technical guy. Okay. Let's
Okay,
see.
sir, yeah. So,
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? Apart from this? Actually, I started a series with him, but he became very busy later. Okay, he went to other country and things
okay,
didn't
sir.
happen. You see, part one started, but part two is not there in my YouTube channel. Okay, SDET interview
Okay.
questions and answers by Siddharth. Okay, so
Okay.
generally, you need to have all the round of skills. Okay, to become an SDET and think at a level of application layer. Okay, not the testing point of view. At the application level onwards, you have to think and become technical in that direction. From architects decisions you have to take. You are saying that. Okay, everyone has its own opinion. If you talk about Siddharth Shukla, you will say that different thing. Okay. If I bring one of other friend, you will say estate is a different thing. So there is no particular rule and regulation for estate. Try to understand what most of the people are understanding for estate and think that that is estate. Okay. That's the thing. That's the thing you have to take care of.
Arun sir, I have one more
Yes.
doubt, sir. Last doubt.
Yes,
Arun
please.
sir, actually, I got a job in Saudi, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
great.
the
Hmm.
thing is, it's a bank, and the job,
Hmm.
whatever they are saying, is it's a normal mobile application. We
Hmm.
only we have to test the functionality like fund transfer and local
Hmm.
transfer, internal transfer, international. Apart from this,
Okay.
nothing is there, sir. Okay.
Okay. Manual testing or automation? Man,
Only
simple
manual, sir. There.
application. That is simple.
Yeah, very basic, sir. That, and for that they are giving some high package only, but
Okay. You
I just
see,
reject.
Saudi and all these
I
people are
rejected
very
that, sir.
rich.
Yeah.
You see, Saudi and Saudi Arabia and Dubai people are very rich. Okay, just for small
Rich,
things
sir.
they
They,
will.
yeah, yeah, sir. Agreed. But what I thought of is that there is nothing to learn there, sir. There is no future for the
You
job
learn
what
from
I'm doing
outside.
here.
You see, you are already getting good package from there. Why you want to leave the job? Okay, do it. Side hustle project you create. That's what we are trying to teach here, right? Side hustle. You be working with me, and then you think that your work is going on. Then you are doing the work from them. Okay, you are getting trained here and you are doing work there.
Okay,
That's kind of
but
approach you can take. But don't worry, don't try to switch or something with foolish decision. Don't take whatever the work that comes to your plate. Better to take it, okay, and do whatever the work with obedient and kind of manner. Work is our work is God kind of feeling you should have when you work with any company, and work is the first priority. Then only other stuff because they have hired you for working purpose. Whether you know automation or skill set, there is another game story. That thing you have to externally learn and externally create some side hustle projects. No one can stop you guys. Okay, basically, okay, from learning anything. Try to create a side hustle project that we are going to do anyhow in the upcoming sessions. Okay, we're going to automate a live application end to end. Okay, what's the matter? You're getting from outside. We'll showcase that. I'll try to bring a lot of experts and we'll discuss different type of frameworks and all. So what's stopping you there, right? You'll get the same
yes,
exposure that you'll get the when you work in a company having some automation skills, right? The same thing I'll try to get you here. Okay, without you working. So
sure,
don't
sir.
worry. Just focus on the work. Whatever the package you get the package and try focus on these learnings. Okay, then it will be good for you. Okay,
Okay, sure, sir. Yeah, thanks a lot.
no problem. Don't worry about the work that you are doing. Okay, it's always good. Work is always good.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sure, sir. Yeah, thanks, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? Anyone have any other questions? If you have any questions, just type. If you don't have any questions, you just type no in the chat box so that I can know how many people have questions, how many doesn't have questions. Pradeep don't have any questions. What about other people who are in the meeting? No, sir. Thank you. Fine. Selvi don't have any questions. Rahul don't have any questions. Satya no. Jesse no. Srija no. Vikas. What about Vikas? Leah, do you have any questions, Leah? Jesse, no questions. Already mentioned. AB, do you have any questions? AB. Leah left, so no questions. Jesse left, no questions.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. Okay, AB.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Abhi. Okay. I got a question from Jyoti, but okay. How to manage job switch study preparation with ongoing job? Can you suggest me? I need to switch within a month or something. Okay, let's see. Jyoti, I think you have to give some more time. It's not just a month. It will take 2 months. Okay, give some 2 months, then you'll be able to ready. Okay, is that okay, Jyoti? Try to attend the evening sessions. The week we this kind of sessions you attend seriously. You take 2 months seriously and practice very well. Then you will be good to go, Jyoti. Okay. After that, you try for the jobs and all those stuff. Okay, just attend these 2 months, the sessions. Okay, 50 days working, 50 working day sessions. Then you are good to go. Till then, you try to learn by yourself or something. You explore everything, become more technical and all. Okay, so after 50 days, you will be ready anyhow. Okay, so try to attend the sessions properly. You will be able to do that. Okay. Within month, it will not be possible in a hurry. You cannot do that. So if you are very in a very hurry mode, right? I suggest you to parallelly also learn from this channel. Okay. My YouTube channel, go to my YouTube channel and there is a crash course here. There's a crash course available here. You have to learn two things. Are you good with manual testing already, Jyoti? Are you good with manual testing already? Yes. Only automation is pending, na? Is that the case? Only automation? Okay, in that case of automation, right, there is a playlist here. If you don't want to, if you want to complete the things faster, along with my sessions, I suggest you one more playlist here. You just go through that, okay? Anyone who want to learn in advance or, who are in a hurry kind of stuff, right? Just go with that. Yeah, here, Selenium Java full crash course. I'll paste this link in the WhatsApp group. You'll get it from there, okay? Sorry.
Yeah, Arun. Yeah. Okay, so framework part when will be
Everything is
going?
there. Everything is there. But in our regular sessions, you can also attend the morning sessions. Are you already good with Selenium Java?
Yes, yes,
Jyoti?
I'm aware of that. In Excel, yeah. In current company
So
also.
attend the morning batch also, Jyoti, because in morning batch, right, we are in the advanced topics of Selenium. Okay,
Okay,
we are
okay.
near to say frameworks in the morning batch.
Yeah, yeah, Arun. Okay.
Morning 7 a.m. we have the batch one. Okay, batch one is going on. It's almost near to the framework. So if you are in a hurry, you can attend that sessions. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Arun.
So you can
Okay.
go with this Selenium Java full crash course thing. You can go, and that is
Mm-hmm.
one thing. Also, you can attend my morning sessions also, and parallelly you can attend the evening sessions also. Everything will be. In that case, you can get the things done in a 1 month. Okay, that will be possible for you.
Okay, okay. Some live application also we are handling
Hmm.
and at weekends.
Yeah, we'll do that soon. Okay, in the morning sessions, right? Once we are done with the frameworks, right, we'll automate a live automation, live
Okay.
applications. We'll do that. Okay.
Yeah, Arun. Yeah.
And also
Thank
on
you.
weekends it will be there generally, but this weekend we have planned some other thing. So for the batch one, it will be continuous. You can attend that because you are interested in batch one, right? So try
Yes,
to
yes.
attend batch one. It will be very fast for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Arun.
Parallelly from the scratch, this will be all these concepts but try to recap or try to learn in depth or something wherever you are missing some knowledge that you can acquire from this evening batch. Okay. For the
Okay,
exam.
okay, yeah. Arun. Actually, my
Morning.
point of view is in 8-9 hours job, I'm not
Hmm.
able to give some time for self preparation. I'm attending all the classes even morning and evening, but by
Hmm.
self I'm not able to do. I'm not getting enough time for that. So,
Weekends is a solution. There's no
oh
other.
yeah. Okay.
So what you can do, Jyoti, is like you have to become smart sometimes. Okay, what is the smart means? You don't have to prepare or
Yeah,
practice.
in that way I feel
Maybe
actually.
on the
Okay.
weekdays, right? What you have to do is you just put your earplugs or whatever it is, okay, headphones or
Mhm.
something, and then try to watch them. Okay,
Yeah.
continuously do one round. Do one round. Okay, like I gave
Okay.
you one playlist right just now, crash course. Try to complete that round, whether you understand or doesn't understand. Complete that round. Okay, you'll get some idea.
Okay.
And on the weekends, right? Pick some topics that you have not understood while you are going through that videos, and then try to practice it. The more you
Okay.
practice, more better you'll become. Okay, Java programming and all the stuff. Okay,
Yes.
everything
Yes.
you have to
Yeah.
be good with. So
Yeah.
everything. So there is, you see, no one will get time. Definitely, I understand how pressure it will be in companies and you're working in companies, right? Already will
Yeah.
be tired. By the time we'll come to home, right? It will be very,
Yes,
already
yes.
situation where you cannot learn anything. Okay, at least try to attend these sessions and you'll get some idea. That's one thing.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
because you cannot do anything by yourself, because our body is in such kind of state where it cannot do anything more. Okay, so
Yes, yeah.
try to watch the sessions, attend my sessions, and clear your doubts. Try to become active here, and on the weekends you relax at same time. Give some time for training, preparation also. Okay, maybe
Oh,
2 to 3 hours. If you do in a continuous basis on weekends, it will be good. Nothing much. Okay.
okay.
But if you
Yeah,
are in a
yeah.
hurry, that's another story. Okay. If you are in a hurry, you have to give more time. Okay. If you are in a
Yes,
leisure
yes.
position, then it's okay. You can every week, weekend 3 hours you can give and then get the things done. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Arun.
There
Thank
is no
you.
other way. That's the
Yeah,
only thing,
right. Yes,
right?
yes, Arun. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to
Uh,
of some ideas how to be smart and how to learn. Okay. Do some tips and tricks and all those things and get the things. Try to get the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
The time.
Means,
Okay.
means I need to focus on my weaker areas only. Means framework part,
Yeah, you
and
can learn dynamically. You can learn dynamic. Weaker area part, morning hours we are covering we are near to frameworks, right? You can attend their sessions. It will be covered for
oh,
you. Only
yes,
that
yes.
areas you focus more then. You already are good with other things means you focus on the framework areas more. Okay, in the time that
Oh,
you get on weekends. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Try to watch a
Okay.
lot of videos on YouTube or some. But for now, you watch my sessions and on the top of that, if you get some more time, right, then go for YouTube and do some R&D. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, Arun. Arun. Yeah.
But definitely on these weekends, right, we are going to start something. Batch one is asking me to, complete their portion faster, okay? Because the
Yes, yes.
topics are taking a lot of time. So that's
Yeah.
the reason for a few weeks, right, weekends, right, we'll go with the batch one, okay? So that's the plan we
Okay.
have for now, okay? So I'll announce the
Yes.
thing for Saturday or Sunday. I'll announce like for batch one, the sessions will continue. Tomorrow morning also you can attend, going ahead, okay? Then you'll be in place.
Yeah, yeah, Arun. Arun, in the framework, that data-driven technique, and
Everything will be
Cucumber.
covered. Everything will be covered. The data-driven, page object model, page factory from scratch. It's not like
Oh,
directly one framework will be put before you and explain. It's not like that. How to build your own framework, I'll cover. Okay,
okay. Yeah, yeah.
that
Okay,
level.
Arun.
And we'll also do a lot of R&Ds around the frameworks. Okay, that's also is planned. The batch one. Okay,
Yes, yes. Yeah, Arun. Yeah.
batch two
Thank you.
will take time. You can see that the current situation of batch two where it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
still in the Locators.
Right.
It will take time. So if you are in a hurry, try to attend the batch one. Anyone can attend batch one. Batch one can attend batch two can attend batch one. It's no restrictions at all. Any sessions you guys can attend. Okay. There's no restrictions.
Yeah, Arun. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay then. Fine. Hoping that it's already late, guys. It's 11 already. Sorry. Sorry for the delay. Bye everyone. See you tomorrow in the next sessions. Bye everyone. See you.